Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Shackled City, Episode 3. I'm happy to have returned to the table. I will admit, we're still in those early session sort of jitters. That does occur for me, so this will happen for likely the first 4 or 5 episodes, but I'll eventually fall into a flow of which I'm sure will disturb everyone with how frequent I bring calamity to the table. So, thanks for coming back for another episode. Let's talk about what happened last time on Shackled City. What do you guys remember?
Aaron's dead.
I don't remember that. I might be in the wrong game.
Well, we started out speculating about a certain possibly cursed boy around a campfire, and then Aaron accusing us all of being on hallucinogens.
Got it. Do you recall that, Aaron? Were you speculating that they found Mama's grand cask of shrooms?
A little bit, because I mean, I'm not magic. Hell, I know it exists, but I don't know much about it. And suddenly, this random farm boy who came for some help, suddenly he's has some prophecy around him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, a little. Let's unpack that for a minute. What does that mean? What do you mean by prophecy surrounding boy? Like, tell me. Let's clear some of the air here. What do you guys think? What does that mean? Whoa, not all at once now. Hold on.
There's some sort of god that has a sort of mark on this boy because there was something that was either given or borrowed or taken, and he's trying to get it back now.
Okay. What is the mark?
His whole arm, it's not really a mark. His arm turns into a closed gauntlet that is clenching so hard, blood begins to drip out of it.
Yeah.
He's holding the arrows.
And 6 arrows, in other words, the holy symbol of the god Hextor, the god of tyranny.
Yeah. Yeah, which, of all the people, it makes some sense that your academic might have information in regards to that god. Interesting. Hextor. What's Hextor's involvement? What do you think that's about?
All we got was debt, so we don't know really the family owes something, or the boy Dieter didn't seem to know anything about it, so it has to be something family related.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly speculation and whatever Solsora managed to see on her dream vision when she absorbed a little bit of what was going on with Dieter.
Okay. Just
fingers to the face.
Just a heads up. I'm not sure if it's your noise gate or not, but every time you start to trail off at the end of a sentence, it drops your volume like it's a fader off on your. I don't know why, but I figured I would let you know that. But yeah, you're not entirely wrong. There have been a lot of gods involved in a very short span of time. Who else? What other gods?
Crater has a Pelor, and then that weird god, I forget the name.
Carter is wearing a holy symbol that at first glance looks like the god Pelor.
Yeah.
Which is also the patron deity of Silsora. But the face on it is twisted in the same manner as the holy symbol of Olidomara, which, while the god of entertainers and such, is also the god of thieves and trickery.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think that means in regards to Carter?
He's still very much a big mystery. We can speculate that maybe he is actually the product of 2 different deific realms. I mean, his aura, he radiates golden divine energy in his aura, but his holy symbol is a void that sucks in divine energy. So he's an enigma. You know, he's a paradox in and of himself.
Yeah,
you have the corona of a black hole.
Too much aura going on. You out here aura farming harder than literally everyone else. That's crazy. Exuding some
this
divine.
Is propaganda.
Yeah.
He is swinging
I'm
a
Paylor's
Morningstar
boy.
around the camp,
a-
so I mean that's aura farming if I don't say it.
True.
Sir, it's
Illuminated Morningstar.
sir, it's against the law to aura farm that hard.
In Shackled City, yes. In Cauldron, aura farming is not something that you can do. But you can permit, and then you have the weekends between noon and 3 p.m. That is the only acceptable time.
I'm a
aura
noble.
farm.
It's
he's a
my
noble,
birthright.
so I feel like he should just be able to by default.
True.
Or
Yeah. Okay.
That's something else we learned last session, I believe, or it might be 2 sessions ago at this point.
Please, inform me. Act as if I wasn't there. What do you mean you learned?
That Carter finally read the letter that he was given when he was told he didn't have to pay to get into Cauldron, and it basically said he's a noble, and he just gets all the noble privileges of being a noble, despite not being there. So he's like, I don't even know what this means. What is this? What is a noble? What do I get to do? I don't understand.
Aaron's manager.
Yeah, you're right. He is just an absolute enigma up to this point. He's walked around. He's had some very bizarre questions, some asinine, some obvious. He has not acted as the bourgeoisie. He does apparently speak in chimes. He can speak in the sound of metal repetitiously slapping into one another. So yeah, he's different. He's built different. What does that mean? I mean, you can speculate all day, but you don't really know much about him. The question I'd like to ask is, do you feel safe around Carter?
I mean, as safe as any other stranger. He's just a weirdo right now who doesn't remember who he is.
However, he does unknowingly give off an aura of warm fuzzies, so.
Well.
And then threatens to mace things when he gets agitated. That looks evil. I'm going to hit it.
It's kind of true. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll just say we trust him about or I should say Aiden trusts him about as much as he trusts the rest of the group he is traveling with. So.
Yep.
Makes sense. What's Solsora's read? I have a good idea now because everybody else has said it, but what's Solsora's read on this? Your overall take on this has been from a different and skewed angle. So what were your thoughts?
It's a tough read because Solsora knows that Carter, or at least can tell that Carter doesn't really understand everything, but something's not lining up and she's not quite sure what it is. But he keeps insisting that his god is her god, so until he proves otherwise, she is going to lean towards believing it, at least until he gives her a reason to prove otherwise.
I literally ate sunlight for breakfast. What more could you want from me? Paylor is
so
my friend.
Apprehensive, I think, is a good word for Solsora. Is more of just kind of like watching what happens with Carter.
That's
trust maybe not quite there. Trust maybe not quite yet, but
yeah, I can't. Even after 2 sessions of being with Carter, I cannot express enough how unsafe he makes me feel as the storyteller. He's literally a man that can speak in wind chime. He eats sunlight, and he's prepared to attack anyone with a morning star that even seems remotely wrong. There is nothing safe about this man. Good thing
morning star, a dead cow.
You have Aaron there, right? He can keep the bourgeoisie in line, right? Surely.
Oh yeah, surely.
He doesn't have to be alive
I'm his boss.
for that.
Yeah, well, think of it like this. You're his boss in Cauldron.
True. Well, he might be dead, so you know.
Also true.
I'm trying to help fix that.
What was in the ravine?
Smashed up cart with fire plums.
Yeah, fire
and
plums.
A strange mask.
Yeah, what are fire plums?
Fire plums are a regional fruit that's grown only in volcanic soil.
Yeah.
And they're not something someone like Aaron or Rowan or Solsara would get to eat often. Or Dieter for that much. They're kind of not a delicacy, but they're cost more than what a normal family would pay for fruit.
True. Knowing what you know about this is some of the ecological things here. What are the primary exports from farms in the region? What do you know so far?
Coffee and sugarcane.
Yeah, coffee and sugarcane, which are paramount in sort of an equatorial climate. That's very important to note. Maybe not right this moment, but keeping these details in line for the future is important enough. So I think it's worth knowing. Dieter seemed to recognize the cart.
It was from another local farm that he knew the family.
Yeah, it was from the. Let's see.
It was from the Wexman farm.
Yeah, the Wexman farm.
Yeah. Yeah, not far from his own farm. So, yeah, you've got that information. You found some interesting details. You discussed a bit more about that creature, right? About the cow. You had come to realize before dumping it that it wasn't just murdered. What was weird about the death of the cattle?
Had liposuction.
Sorta.
Sucked
Something
all
like
the
that.
fat out. All the fat
Yeah.
was gone.
Yeah, all the adipose tissue was gone. The body was decapitated, and the body was inverted by way of grabbing either side of its rib cage and pulling the opposite direction.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like he was flayed. Weird sort of ways. Yeah. It's not a safe situation by any means. Okay. So you found a cart. It was a cart that was pulling fire plums. Dieter said, I think I know this from the Wexman farm, not far from my own home. But he said that there was something strange in the broken crate. What was in the broken crate?
Mask.
Can you remember what it looked like?
It
was-
had an angelic half, it had a demonic half, and 3 eye holes.
Yeah, it did. That's normal, right? Fire plum farmers bringing in a bizarre mask into town. That's totally normal.
I wouldn't know.
Just another Tuesday in Cauldron.
Could be, yeah. Or in
I
this
mean,
case,
we
Thursdays.
we are traveling with a guy who, in essence, is kind of the same.
We'll see.
We are?
He's talking about Carter.
I know.
I'm normal.
Ivy,
He is normal.
what's your take on the mask? You're muted.
There we go. The mask is, at least to Aaron's perception, it's obviously being inhabited by something.
Any thoughts on what that could be?
It's not something Aaron would know, I don't think. But it had 3 eyes,
Yes.
and it seemed to enjoy chaos and destruction, and didn't care for Aaron too much.
Okay. That's a take. That's interesting. That's an interesting perception, so I like it. Things went south quickly. You didn't just cartwheel down into the ravine. You went to help him. Why did
Yes.
you have to help him?
He got stuck on the cliff.
We couldn't climb up on his own?
No, the mask made him unconscious. No, at the time it could have just could have been from exhaustion or anything, but Aaron is sure now it was because of the mask. But he didn't feel safe with just letting the boy be pulled up roughly the rest of the way.
Sure. What happened next, Christy?
Oh. Well, Aaron attempted to free Dieter because Dieter had put the mask on to free his one hand because his hands were full and he didn't know how to do it. And Aaron put just too much pressure onto Dieter and caused both of them to almost go flying into the hole.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it totally didn't go wrong, right? Everything went super smoothly.
For sure. That's the pinnacle of smoothly, and it went even smoother.
How would you describe it? Was this just a series of unfortunate events?
It was a series of a couple of bad decisions, one after the other.
Sure. Yeah. And then
I think
paired
it was
with
still some
poor
unfortunate
rolls.
events too.
Paired with a couple of
yeah.
bad rolls, yeah, it went south really fast.
I mean, it could have been worse.
You're right. It could have been. Everyone could have died.
That's right.
And
I want to
I
go down there and put on the mask.
It could be worse. I could have ended up in the pit. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but I can just freely walk back to town at any time.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was the
that
only
wouldn't
survivor
that wouldn't sit
of
on his
being
conscience
not
at
in
all.
the pit.
Not even a
No,
little
no.
bit.
Not in the least. No,
Okay.
not at all.
Okay, so
Just-
things rapidly went south. In the matter of about 3 rounds, it went from trying to pull them both back up to realizing that you could not fight the resistance on either cord. Then you realized very quickly that Aaron had severed his cable and landed in the pit, the ravine. Christy, you decided as Silsora that you were going to increase your anchor point by enlarging yourself.
This had been before Aaron had severed his cord.
Yeah.
Because Silsora lost the cable that she was holding for Aaron because she did not tie it off to herself. So Aiden had to grab it to save it. So Silsora put herself into a larger stature
Yeah.
to try and provide some more anchor support before Aaron inevitably cut the cord.
Enlarged person was cast. To everyone's surprise, you went from a normal dwarven-sized woman to a very, very large dwarven-sized woman. It's kind of confusing, but they didn't have time to think it through because it quickly led to a Weebles Wobble moment as each person, sans Aiden, was sent toppling down into the ravine. And I hit y'all with the phrase of the back to the pit.
Yes.
And to the pit that you went. There was a bit of a hail of rocks, Aaron, from above. You decided to scamper as far away as you possibly could. You were able to dodge a significant amount because had it all come down upon you, well, you probably wouldn't have been back for the sequel, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
You all survived. Just barely. Some of you better off than others, for sure. Dieter, in kind of a rough way. Are you ready for tonight's game?
I'm ready to live.
Yes, I am.
The boy who lived.
As it
Are we?
stands. You have no
I
luck
am ready.
rerolls.
Bring on the abuse, bub. Let's go.
You have no luck rerolls. It's entirely up to the audience to make that happen. You guys are 2 subs in to the 10 sub split. And if every time we hit a mile marker of 10 subs, it will unlock a luck reroll. I'm leaving it up to them to count it. They'll have to let me
Please,
know when it
chat.
occurs.
Please, chat. Can we have a rock reroll, chat?
Additionally, tonight I will be introducing a new type of mechanic. We talked about it just beforehand. Do you guys remember what it's called?
Desperation dice.
It's true, desperation. It is one that I've used on this channel for a long time, but I've afforded each of you a break. Until now. Desperation is coming into play, where normally with inspiration, you would take 2 die, take the better of the 2 rolls. Desperation is just that. You're clinging to anything that will grant you and afford you an opportunity at success. But instead of a d20, you perilously grab a d6 and add it to your roll. When you take a desperation die, I do too. I can spend as many as I like at any point in the game for any reason. You can only take 1. You'll have to keep a tally. That's important, because if you just willy-nilly take a d6 at every opportunity sans damage, just think at how quickly my monsters can become menaces. So be careful. Tread carefully. Think quickly. Think with strategy.
Thank you, Solari.
Solara coming through with the 10 spot. And you guys have 1 luck reroll tonight.
Yay.
What a hero. I appreciate you, Solara. And I know the players do too. Thank you so much. Let's see where things go from here. The road to the farm was supposed to be simple. Mud, blisters, and bad sleep. and then home. Instead, it gave way beneath you. One moment, you were staring down at a broken cart and a familiar mule from the Fireplum farm a few miles from Dieter's house. There was no drivers. There were no bodies. Just the scattered crates, crushed fruit, and a mask. Half buried in its own wreckage. And the next moment, Dieter's attempt at a convenient climb. And then everything went wrong. The mask slid onto his face like it had been waiting for him. His thought twisted. The muscles locked in place. The rocks shifted. And before you even knew what was happening, the entire ravine shifted with you. Stone surrendering to gravity in a roar of dust and terror. And you didn't fall so much as you just got dragged down, buried beneath your own bad luck. Tale as old as time. And now, as the dust settles around you, your lungs burn, your bodies ache, and somehow you are still alive at the bottom of the pit that wanted you dead. Above, the world in a thin strip of gray and the broken cliff, Aiden stands alone in his stupor after the events of the last few moments passing by. Below you, the stone and the fire plums lie crushed, leaking, sticky and sour. And in the echoing quiet, you hear it before you see it, but it's not long before you see it. It's that wet cough of something breathing wrong. First one, then two, then four. Baboons. Or baboon shaped, but they were wrong. So Sora, before you can even begin to get the words from your mouth, Rowan, before you can say anything to another person, they began to drag themselves down the rock toward you. Their fur is patchy, their bellies sunken, their eyes shining with a sickness that's very clearly not just a fever. Whatever has its fingers in your road, in the mask, in these hills, it's not done with you yet. Now, my friends, you are broken, you are cornered, and you are very, very far from safety. I need to know right now, what is everybody's initiative?
New one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I rolling initiative as well? I'm kind of knocked out here, so
We'll give you initiative when they wake you.
Cool.
Crater with that big roll.
Welcome to new viewers. I appreciate you. Hope you come in and sit down. So we got Farm with a 15. So that's Rowan. 15. Carter with a 20. Aiden with an 8. So Sora with a 1. Wowzers.
Go back to another one, despite actually getting my +2 back to dexterity now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just changed everything back. I love that. So Aaron. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll mine. R1, D20, Okay. When I say your name, tell me what your initiative is, please. So Sora's a 1. Aaron, what's yours?
0.
0 currently. Carter, what's yours?
20.
Thank you. Aiden?
8.
Thank you. And Rowan?
15.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Carter, in the top of the initiative. You spotted them. You see the tree line from above beginning to shift from movement. What do you do?
So I'm able to see where Dieter and Aaron are, right? I can see their current condition.
Yeah.
But I see Sosara over Aaron. And she says that she was a Paler, so I'm sure she's got this. I'm going to run over to Dieter. And
Dieter is half buried.
Well, I'm not going to unbury him. I'm going to place a hand on the part of him that isn't buried, and I'm going to cure some light wounds.
Sure, let's see it.
All right. Let me just make sure. That's right. D8 and roll.
Okay, heal 7. You should also just be able to click Cure Light Wounds, and it will roll it for you.
Okay.
7 is good. You will, what you believe, save his life. You've moved over. You begin to cast Heal upon him. There is the radiance that emits from Carter funneling into the body of Dieter. He's still lying unconscious, though you believe he is healed. Rowan, peering above, seeing these creatures here, you can see they're not right. My friend, you can tell, having been, admittedly, a farmer, but you have played many roles. You've worn many hats in your line of work, and these creatures are not normal. They look as if they've already died once and they didn't enjoy it, my friend. Their fur is hanging in clumps, bedraggled across their body. The skin underneath is mottled yellow, purple open sores glistening wetly along their shoulders and their flanks, and each breath is a ragged wheeze with some seeping mess sliding down the cliffside. But it's their eyes, with determination and focus. Desperate. They're fixed on you as their hands reach for purchase, seizing any spot in the cliffside to move down.
I'm going to continue what I was trying to do last time and get to the mask and take it off Dieter.
Okay. You can do that. As you make it to Dieter, you see that about half of his body has been buried. It's mostly the right side of his body. It's kind of hung into such a way that the mask is half buried alongside with the right side of his body. You can see that Carter has poured some healing over the top of him to potentially save his life. You know that he's not out of trouble yet. Give me a strength check as you try to pull this away from his body. 9 is not going to do it.
Is it close enough that a desperation dice would help or no?
Maybe. Do you want to try to be desperate here? Are you feeling desperate?
Yeah, because he put it on and he passed out and he started acting weird, so...
He did, yes. He did. With the desperation dice, if you roll well enough, yeah, you could hit the DC, but it's high. It's high enough that you could still hit it.
I'll save it for now. My rolls have been crap. Continuing.
You realize as you kind of tug at the mask itself, the way that it is, it's almost functionally more like a helmet than anything, or maybe it's sort of adhesed to his head. It could be the stones that are holding it in place. Maybe the stones are resting on it in such a way that you just can't get leverage. But it's stuck there. It's stuck there very, very tightly so. On my turn, the 4 baboons continue to skitter down the side of the cliff. They don't move quickly. It's hard if you wish to be safe. But they use their entire round to move. And another round, maybe 2, they will be on top of you. Aiden, what do you do?
Aiden is kind of spooked the heck out about all this. So
Rightfully
he
so.
is glances panicked, a little bit panicked at the forest still. I mean, the baboons aren't coming towards him, but he still hears more sounds coming from the forest.
Sure.
So he will basically whisper some words, cast mage armor upon himself, and try to kind of conceal himself against the cart.
Got it. Okay, you go into hiding. Give me a stealth. Should be right under the S's in your abilities. There we go. A 14. We're gonna run with the 14 because I know you didn't deliberately. Yeah, 14. It looks good. You at least can tell that you have not been immediately identified. How long that will last? Who knows? God's good graces and good rolls might keep you safe today. Solsora.
Well, there's clearly a priority here for Solsora, and she's trying to roll Cure Light Wounds on Aaron because she's standing right next to him.
Okay. You are going to heal. Unfortunately, it's minimum for you. You rolled a 1 on your D8? That's just unlucky. But it still says 5.
No, that's saying it's +5.
Oh,
That's
okay.
+5.
Okay. Yeah. So then it's 2.
So it's 2.
It's 2.
Can I re-roll that?
You bet your ass you can. This is why you got luck rerolls.
There you go.
That's way better.
Hey.
You never
can't
want to
be-
use a
we
luck
can't be
reroll
rolling a
on
one.
something like this, but that's okay. The only thing that I don't let you reroll is damage. That's it. So in this case, it's going to be 8, right? It's going to be 7 plus your level, so you heal 8. That's still not going to wake him up. You're going to have to jar him to the land of the living.
That's fine.
But you did
That
have to
does
move
put me-
over.
Get him reset.
That does put me positive.
I'm on top of him. I was on top of him before.
Okay, just bear in mind, when it comes to movement, your movement round is cut in half. You're moving over rocky terrain, so nobody is going to be moving at full speed. Aaron,
Yes.
I need a perception check. This is difficult. They're being deliberately quiet, and the baboons aren't exactly screaming, so good luck. That's not enough. That's a -2 after being unconscious. Top of the initiative line, Carter. You're muted?
I'm going to I want to get between the baboons and Solsora and Aaron on the ground still. And just ready my Morning Star.
Okay, so you wish to move and then prepare for hostile action. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Rowan.
Seeing Carter do that, I want to try one more time to remove the mask, and then if not, I'm gonna go move next to him. in
Got it.
between. I'm gonna roll strength.
Mm-hmm.
That's much
That's
better.
significantly better. When you begin to you move some of the stone to make this easier, right? And as you begin to grab onto the side of the mask, which interestingly enough, it's sort of coupled to his head, it's fitting like a glove. And when you grab onto the left side where it's sort of demonic, you have a finger sort of interloped up into the eye, and you begin to shift it off. You hear the as its suction pulls away like it was wet, or it was his skin. What reveals his head is it's Dieter, but the skin is raw. Some of his hair has been removed. It's like he was scalped in the process. But you freed him. What do you do with the mask?
I'm not gonna put it on. What could I do with the mask? I guess I would just put it on the ground, not close to Dieter, and then go towards Carter, like I said initially.
Okay. So you just sort of I don't want to say you gently set it down. It makes sense that if you're trying to do this quickly to get between them to provide a place of hostility, you're going to kind of lob it. It makes sense that you just turn quickly and sort of lob it not far from you, but far enough away from the boy that it's difficult for him to get to, and you position yourself. It's going to take your full turn. You're not going to get a prepared action out of this, but that's fine. In my round, as they continue to descend, they get not quite within arm's reach. They're about 10 feet away from the end of your weapon reach. So Sora, if you brandished a weapon, you might be able to connect with him just because of your large size. But you now get a better look at these creatures. There is some sort of sickness or disease that lays existing over the top of them. It looks sort of like as they near you, their gums begin to peel, the lips begin to peel back, revealing these almost dried, like black veined gums with too many teeth. There is this bizarre wrongness in the way that their shadow subsists underneath them, like it's lagging behind them. It doesn't make much sense. And then you hear it from above. There are more, but they aren't climbing. They're grabbing rocks. At first, it's just a single small stone that clips by your feet. And then another begins to roll because they can't throw it. It collides next to Aaron's arm, shattering the stone beneath it just because of its mere weight. You realize that if he continues to lay there, he might fall victim to an intentional slide of stone. Aiden.
I see baboons on the other side of the ravine grabbing rocks.
You see... Give me perception, actually. You see half a dozen more standing at the top.
How far are they from me?
Oh, from you, probably 60 feet?
Aiden mutters to himself, "This is the stupidest idea I've ever done." He starts to edge around towards the bridge over the river.
Okay. Are you doing this stealthily so?
Yes, he's going to try stealthily so. He's still afraid, but
okay.
There's nothing really he can do, but he's also would feel guilty if he just kept hiding.
Give me a stealth. It's going to be versus their perception. I'm going to treat them as functionally having two separate perceptions here. That's a very good roll. Let's see if they get it. So the first and the second.
Oh. I don't like that smile.
You get probably 20 or so feet into your move, and then you hear the sound of one stop, and you hear this like almost rip in their throat. It's this guttural noise of notification. At first, it's one's head that is turned rapidly so. It almost like split turns. You can hear the crack in the way that their body is moved. It's, like I said, it's almost as if they died a long time ago and they've only began to function again recently. And as it looks in your direction, you can't tell if it sees you specifically or if it's just noticed movement in that area, but it's quickly tapping something behind it, and then another turns and looks to see, and two of them have begun to notice Aiden. Aiden's like, I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking, maybe 6
very much so. Very much so.
Ain't so far now. So Sora.
Well, so Sora's got one goal, and it's Aaron, wake up. Please, God, wake up. Aaron, get up now.
How do you do that?
she's gonna try shaking him, trying to see if like she can see if he's kind of like even like I know he's unconscious, but like even if he's like semi noticing what's going on. But she's trying to shake him, and she's gonna pull him away if he's not like waking up. If she's not getting any response, she's gonna attempt to move him.
Well, regardless of whatever's happening, if he stays in the spot, he could still die. So it sounds like you want to move him regardless. Yeah. So give me a strength check. Let's see what you get.
Sure.
Would you like to use a desperation die?
That's a bit of a yikes.
How desperate are you feeling? He's
pretty-
not a little guy, but it's more than just being a guy. It's dead weight. It's
pretty
unconscious
important.
noodle
I kinda
body.
have to, yeah.
Your DC was 15.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
You broke the DC. Take the count, guys. That's our first desperation dice. You grab at his body, and you can't seem to rip away for purchase before you hit his belt, and you noose your fingers into it and rip him away from the stone. You hear the sound of his leathers being dragged across the stone, and where his head once was, a boulder falls. He would have died. You're certain of it. You have saved this man's life, and he will never know unless you tell him. So, Sora, that's your standard. Would you like to move?
As far as it's possible, while I'm pulling Aaron's dead weight behind me.
What is your movement speed?
20.
Half that.
Okay.
You could
Does it?
theoretically always turn and yeet him.
Oh God, that sounds terrible.
You're not really going to hurt him, but you risk waking him up.
Yeet me, Solsara.
If it's gonna wake him up, that's what Solsara wants.
He wakes up and he goes, "You'll have to toss me."
You'll have to
Aaron
toss
needs
me.
to wake up, so Sora will gladly attempt to throw him if it means that he might actually get up, because he's clearly not moving.
Sure.
Sora needs him to be moving.
You
1d20
grab
damage.
onto him, you pull him up to your body, you take that side step back, and then you just kind of lob him behind you. You hear the as the boulder smashes where his head once was. Aaron,
Yes.
I need a perception. This isn't hard, just don't fuck it up. It's kind of a fuck up, but you know what? It's not much. You didn't need a lot. You literally fell again. You were healed, and you fell again. We got to get that perception up. Yes, we do. Or we got to really praise to the die rolls. It's going to be good enough. As your body crashes into the stone again behind you, you feel like you have been struck by a vehicle, like a passing wagon hit you and left you for dead. As you glance upward, you can see that Solsora is there, so is Rowan, so is Carter. Their attention has been divided.
I feel like Aaron like kind of does like he's passed out and then he does the straight sit up. And
The Undertaker.
Yeah, like.
Am I still looking at Aaron when this happens, or have I turned back?
I imagine you turn back. You tell me. I'm not your character.
Yeah.
So Sora probably would stay long enough to see if he instantly wakes up. If he doesn't like instantly pop up, then she's gonna turn around. But
I feel like
she's hoping
Aaron
he instantly wakes
hits
up.
the ground, feels that, immediately sits straight up and is like, "Yes, drill instructor."
Then Sora would like to use a fraction to say, "Aaron, get up," and that's all she's saying. But she's like very insistent that he needs to get up.
But
off
you
the
realize
ground.
she's shifted in size category. She's a large sized creature now, so she goes, "Aaron, get up."
Oh, she's small again.
Oh, is she?
She shifted down the end of last episode. when she ran to
Oh,
him.
I didn't think that you did, but you know what? It's way funnier that way. So I imagine you probably just did it. Top of the initiative round, Carter.
I'm going to, as best as I can, while still maintaining this like wall between the baboons and Sosora, like just keep like backing up, like trying to like, stay between them as they're moving back.
Okay.
I want that ready to action for if the baboons do manage to catch up with us.
Okay. All right. So, give me the gap. How far back do you want to kind of step back? Do you want to press back?
So Sora moved 10 feet back, right?
She basically just spun. She took a step back and she sort of spun, throwing his body. So she still technically hasn't moved far. It's about 5 feet.
Okay, that. I just moved to where I'm still in between the baboons and Sora.
Okay, all right. Similar situation. The stone falls just in front of you, shatters. You see some of the stone sort of spike outward and almost like shrapnel up and clip your leg. You feel the pain. You weren't really expecting it. The kinetic force of falling into the crater didn't hurt like this. It's almost as if something protected your inevitable fall. But this feels like pain. It's real. The real pain of humanity.
Just ow. Like he's confused as he looks down at his leg for a split moment and looks back up.
Okay. And you're still in ready to action.
Yep.
That's going to be important. Rowan, how about you?
Since nobody seems to really be running, I'm gonna match Carter, but can I bonus? I think shifting is a bonus action. I want to change my form.
Of course. What would you like to change to? And what are you changing specifically?
My whole body.
Okay. Into what form?
That one we talked about. The whole full, like that picture, the demon form.
Okay. All right. This is... Wow, what a time to open everyone's eyes. That's perfect. So what this looks like. Describe to everyone what happens to your body.
Well, first off, his eyes go completely like pitch black, and then you'll see blood start to pour from his eyes. He'll start to grow taller and bigger, and as the blood is like going down his face, his whole skin will start to turn pale. His nails extend and turn black, and then you'll see from his back 2 wings sprout out.
It sort of just sounds like the front man of a metal band, like a death metal band.
If you see my picture in Roll20, it is.
Love it. Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. You take on this demonic-like form. Carter, right next to you, appears, for all intents and purposes, a demon.
Carter reactionary shouts out something in the other language.
Message me. What are you shouting?
Sure thing.
I hope it's like, you make the Lord very nervous.
Go on, get! In Bell language.
Yeah.
We smack you.
Yes.
Hey, with this group, what he's shouting is, wood. Wood.
Again, I refer to my picture.
A series of chimes emit again from the mouth of Carter. You can't make heads or tails of what that is. What does Carter's physical positioning look like? Does he stay focused on the creatures in front of him, or does he turn to what could potentially be the challenge?
He would actually begin to focus on Rowan.
I thought so. He's right next to you.
Well, after his chime language, I would say, smite me after the baboons are dead. Not knowing what he's saying, but knowing how he reacted before with his morning star and like trying to smite the cow.
How would Carter perceive that? Authentically, how would Carter perceive that?
He's confused because he doesn't smite things.
True. True, he
He
doesn't.
whacks them with his morning star. His glow-in-the-dark morning star.
My turn. The baboons see the nature of your dispositions, that you've both taken somewhat hostile stances. We see the shift into a demonic war form, and we can see from Carter, he is brandishing a weapon, a morning star. What is Sora wielding? Anything?
I have a morning star, but it's not out because I've been carrying Aaron. I
Yeah.
haven't taken it out yet.
So Sora is just there.
Correct.
Aaron is undertaking his way back to existence, Aiden might be in trouble. We'll see. We're going to start here with the 4. 2 of them are going to split leap between our armed combatants. 2 to the demon, and 2 to the very confused, half angelic, half demon, strange man with a morning star. You can take an action here if you'd like to. You've been holding an action up to this point, so tell me, would you like to position yourself so that you can act as they leap? Or do you want to wait until they're done?
He probably just reactionary swings on him. Like, at the corner of his eye, sees a leap towards him, and he's just gonna swing the Morning Star.
Okay. Take your swing. Let's see what you get. Wow, huge. Yeah, definitely. 20 is going to connect for sure. And that damage is tremendous. Describe the death of the baboon.
So, hilariously, he's looking at Rowan, and then... looking at Rowan with his blinded eyes, and then when the baboon leaps, I imagine, especially because it's corpse-like, it's got a bit of like a noise to it, if not like from the normal baboon noises, perhaps like a squelch or something from its body just being so mangled.
Sure.
And twitch of the ear, and then he just turns and like backhands the Morning Star into it mid-flight.
You catch this, and its body sort of folds. You can physically hear parts of its bones, the series of its bones in its body snapping under the pretense of your weight and the angelic grace that you seem to carry with the swing. Despite being a nearly blinded individual, you almost have this precognition of where it's going to land. You crush its body. It crumples into a plague-ridden heap at your feet, but not before the others land in attack. So that's going to be 1 on you and 2 on Rowan. We're going to start with the 2 on Rowan.
Are we also?
What's that?
Yeah. How far apart are me and Carter also?
Not far.
Okay.
Not far. What is Rowan's AC?
12, so they both hit.
And then we're going to go to Carter. What is Carter's AC?
AC is...
below charisma.
Below charisma?
Near the top, yeah.
Ah, there it is. 15.
15. I'm going to use my reroll. I want to see if I can land a hit here. I definitely am going to land a hit here.
Shit.
Okay. So, let's go ahead and splint some damage. One, 2. Rowan, take 8 points of damage as they are on top of you, and the way that their body is moving, it's almost it's like a snake. Their jaws open far further than they probably should. You can hear the crash and the break of multiple parts of their jaws as teeth begin to sink into your body. You can witness their gums begin to glow, this bizarre blackened vein as it pumps, and something, you can feel it. You've been bit before by venomous creatures. You don't know what's happening. You're not sure what's wrong with them. But you can feel their sickly bite impale you. And to Carter, minimum damage, you take 2 points. In a similar boat. I need both of you to give me fortitude saves.
Fortitude. Why am I blind? Oh, there it is.
It's right under AC.
If you have luck rerolls, you can use them.
By chance, is this save against a disease or poison?
It is a disease.
Okay, then I would I have +2 to that.
Okay.
Am I close enough that a desperation dice would help? Or you don't know. All right, I'll just do a desperation dice. That's
Okay.
number 2. 16.
16 is going to be enough. You both resist. Very good.
That's 2 desperation dice.
Keep them tallied.
Yep.
Aiden, what you witness from where you are is that they begin to creep at you. You can see the gnarled, splinted, calloused knuckles with these bizarre gashes that run up the length of their arms. You can see dense, dried, and almost clotted muscles that sort of ripple along with each of their movements as they pull themselves slowly in your direction.
Sorry.
They can see you, and they're beginning to size you up. They get about 20 feet out. They're moving slowly as well. But it's your turn, Aiden. What do you do?
No. And Aiden starts kind of backing up, and he kind of points the palm of his hand, as in like, stay away. And then something that has never happened to him before ever his entire life. An arcane bolt shoots out from his hand at the closest baboon.
Okay, does it get a save?
Yeah, it's just a straight attack.
Okay. Make your attack. 5 is not going to do it. Did you want to use a luck reroll?
Yes, I'm going to use the luck reroll.
I thought you might.
No.
Sometimes dice tell a story. And hey, you know what? It happens to all of us once in a while. We have misfires. It occurs. You hear this sound of something sort of fizzling coming to life from your hand, and out of confusion and concern, the academic in you is curious, despite yourself almost being upon death's door. Surely if they get a hold of you, they will rend you in twine. As you watch this emulsifying blast of arcane magic split from your hand and fire between them. They both duck and curl away, not sure what to make of it. They cry and scream out.
I continue to back away, however much I can safely back away. I'm not going to take my eyes off of them.
Are you still stealthing?
They see me. I don't think I can stealth if somebody notices me.
That doesn't mean others don't notice you.
Intent.
No. Realistically, no. Aiden is scared, so no, he would not be stealthing.
Good call. Good call. So you move. You'll get 30 feet. Soul Sora! Do we see you come in clutch here?
Yeah, well, Erin now is finally woken up. She's now gone, and she's gonna go up by Carter and Rowan and these monkeys that are coming. So I want to get over there, kind of near Carter, I would guess, if I'm closer to Carter, and draw my Morningstar.
Okay, he's within 10. He's within 10 of you, so you can get there.
That's what I like to do. I like to do that, and I like to draw my Morningstar.
You can 5-foot step and draw your Morningstar, so that your Morningstar is essentially you've got. I'll give it to you for your move action, so you can still take a standard. So make your attack.
The other baboon. Yeah, I was gonna say, is it the other baboon in range for me to attack him?
It's on him.
Excellent.
Okay. How often would you say Sulsora has been in physical combat?
Probably not as much anymore as she used to be. Probably when she was younger, I would assume this would have been more commonplace.
Sure.
Living in Cauldron, I'm going to say it was probably not as commonplace for her. So it's probably not been something she keeps up with all the time.
So Morningstar is not exactly known for its stabbing qualities. It's more of a crushing piece. Yes, it does have some effect here that can apply Pierce, but it's mostly known for crushing. So when you bring this down, you risk... Now, this is something I only apply in early. It's early levels because you're still kind of a babby, right? You risk connecting or doing sort of like offhand or off-swing damage to your allies. He's on him. He's in his square. He's essentially... He's Spider-Manning his body, okay? It's like an aggressive ferret that's encircling him. So as you swing, you're going to connect. He's gonna take a third of the damage. It's always rounded down in favor of the player. So, Jackson, take 2 points of damage. It's a glancing blow. But 6 points of damage is delivered specifically to our creature. It's the primate, the baboon itself. And when she connects with it, you feel its body shatter under the blow. They are not known for their fortitude. These are not incredibly strong creatures. But where she connects with it and you're expecting significant amounts of blood to dip out and draw from it, you see this thick pustule-like greenish black, almost like a marshy-like ooze coalesce around her morning star. Its body cripples and crumples to the floor as it falls away from her morning star. You realize that this one has been dead for a while. Aaron. What do you do?
Aaron will stand up.
Got it.
Standing takes the entire move action, correct?
It'll be your move, yeah. Drawing your weapon will be your standard action. So you unfortunately aren't afforded much.
Aaron will stand up and draw a sword. And he will say, try to keep them flanked. It's more advantageous.
He yells out stratagem. Now, at the top of the initiative line, I have a question for you. I need to know, outside of Aiden, which of you are going to maneuver reflexively? I need to know for the sake of your AC bonus. If you would like an opportunity to dodge away from the falling rocks above, you're going to be maneuvering reflexively, but you're not going to aptly be able to stop any of the incoming attacks for any of the baboons in the pit. It's not going to be the same way. You're essentially trying to divide your evils here, either the thing that's on top of you or the things that are coming down upon you.
Well, I have two things on top of me, so if they're throwing rocks, it's going to hit them too.
Good point. So you're not going to try to reflex away from this.
Nope.
Not that you can really see it anyway.
Yep.
The baboon was on me. Did that one just like completely crumple? Is it gone? Or
Yeah,
is
no,
it
it's
Okay.
at your feet. It's like the death call. It's not making it to the sequel.
Okay, I am going to then try and dodge the rocks.
I'm gonna also try to dodge the rocks for the same reason as Carter.
Okay. And Aaron,
I will definitely try to dodge the rocks.
then if you were going to act reflexively, give me a reflex save, please. Solsora and Carter fail. Aaron succeeds. A series of rocks are hurled down into the pit of varying sizes. We're going to go to Solsora first. Solsora, take 2 points of damage. Carter, take 3 points of damage. Rowan, it is your turn.
Do I take damage? Or are they not hitting me with rocks?
Oh, good point. Good point. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
I don't want to cheat and live.
No, I appreciate that. They will take damage. You're going to take 1 point of damage because they are providing you some point of cover. You hear one of them cry out as a stone just smashes into its rear leg, and it starts to hamper the way that it begins to move. You can tell that it's not really beginning to move as quickly as it once was, as it's trying to encircle you to bite into the weaker spots, some of the more fleshy bits of your body. It's struggling now. You can see it in that moment. You're not certain for clarity, but you can see that its leg sort of like hangs limply so to the side. It's shattered from the rock falling.
Then I'm going to attack that one.
I'm guessing you're going full round.
Yeah, 2 attacks. I'm going to use my reroll on that.
I thought you might.
The second one hits at least.
Yes, let's see. Does the second one hit? You know what? Yes, it's the second one definitely will hit. You are engaged in melee, so it's not going to get a defensive bonus against that. So yeah, you're definitely going to connect with it. So your damage on the first one. Do you just want to make that the one that's already been hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. You'll connect. Describe what this attack looks like for those that are watching at home.
I mean, he's got these big claws, so he just slashes at it with one of his claws, with both his claws, to try and get it off him. Just swing at it.
Got it. You manage to connect with these hellish-like claws as you rend straight through it, and you can feel that viscous ichor-like substance start to run between your fingertips as you push down, and its body is just spread and flayed. It
I
dies.
killed it. Oh, nice.
It dies. One remains. Carter.
Can I attempt to grapple the baboon to get it off of Rowan?
Of course you can.
All right.
Give me a combat maneuver bonus. CMB versus its CMD.
There we go. And you know what? I will use my rule.
Okay. That's way
Much
better. That's way better. You are, in fact, able to do just that. It's going to try to bite you. When you try to take a combat maneuver against a creature and you do not have the advanced ability for it, it's just one of the mechanics of Pathfinder, they just get a free kind of like bite or single proficient attack against you. In this case, all they get is a bite. So he's going to try to basically turn and bite at your hand. That is gonna hit.
Okay.
These baboons are real
I have a question after I take damage.
Max damage. Take 5.
Ooh, I'm down. But, follow-up question.
What's your question?
Does my blood get on the baboon? As it is biting me, I would assume yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's fair.
Okay. I'm going to assume, based off what we've been hearing, that it counts as an undead creature.
Perchance?
If it is an undead creature, it takes 1 damage from my blood.
It takes 1 damage from your blood. It will, in fact, take 1 damage from your blood. The moment it sort of sinks its teeth into your arm, it immediately rears back, and you can see that its gums are raw and inflamed from whatever is happening to you specifically. I need you to make a fortitude save. An additional dose has been applied. Your DC is more difficult.
All right. Mark that my temp 2. I may need a desperation die.
Well, remember you get the +2, so you got an 18.
I know I put it in. It's already applied.
It is already applied?
Yes. I changed the temp on my fortitude saves.
Would you like to use a desperation die, or do you want to run the gamut?
No, let's run the gambit.
Ooh. Spicy. Spicy. Way to make things. Sorry, your dick falls off. That's just a side effect.
Oh no!
Well,
you didn't know what.
charisma.
He's like, I wasn't using it anyway. This is wild. Crazy. Okay.
What is this?
You feel it sink its teeth, and the moment that it does so, it leaves this disgusting wound as it snaps down. You can feel it bite. Its teeth sink right between the bones of your arm. You can feel that pain. Just snaps right into. You didn't even know that it was going to be there like that, but it bites right down. Maybe it even clenches into the bone itself. Pain. Real pain. Is this what it means to be alive? Maybe being alive is not so fun. As you slowly fall into unconsciousness, you've managed to free it from him, but at what cost? All right, my friend. All right.
So
Next
that means
person.
We're all within 5 feet.
What's that?
That means we're all within 5 feet.
Believably so, yeah. Within 10 for sure.
Because 5 feet is close enough where there's no attack of opportunity if it moves, right?
Yeah, if it moves. But if it's like, if it gets an attack of op, I'll let you know.
Okay.
It looks up and takes a leaping dive at its first target. So Sora, you're right there. You will get an attack of opportunity as it tries to leap away from you, Farm. So make your attack, please.
Dookie. 23.
Whoo! And it confirmed a crit. Wowzers. Okay. We have our first critical and confirmed crit. Count your blessings, Sulsora. You tell me when to stop, sir.
Stop.
Got him. This is a claw attack, so it's considered a natural attack, right?
Sir.
Got it. Wowzers, that's awful news for him mostly.
Oh, okay.
That's awful news for him. So slashing attack. It deals normal damage. Your damage was 6, which is big. Severed hand. Normal damage and target loses their hand or arm, depending on scenario. They take 1d3 points of con damage and strength drain. But in this case, it doesn't matter. As you slice out with the claws of your demonic-like arm and hand, and it connects with the creature, you bat it downward, and you can see its arm sidle off to one side, whipping against the stone, and it falls again to a heap. You manage to kill it in a single swing.
Finally, good rolls.
Aiden, what is your AC?
With mage armor, it is currently 16.
Okay, here we go. One of them will connect.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Join me in death. I figured out living sucks.
Oh,
2 damage. You're safe.
Thank
Take
God.
2 points of damage, and I need a fortitude save.
Yeah, you're good at that, right?
Nope.
Do you have a luck reroll? Or did you already
no.
use it?
I used it and rolled 2 3s in a row.
Ah, yeah. Dice love to tell a story. Aiden Echidna, you feel the bite sink into your calf as you are running. You did not anticipate the speed at which they were able to catch you, but they do just that. And as they snap down into your calf, you feel at first this pain, this retch of heat, and then it slips into a cool. It's almost like menthol-like touch as it ripples across your calf, moving up to your knee, and behind it is this lightning-like surge. When it tears its face away from you, the creature sees something in you that it had not quite anticipated. You witness terror. True terror. But what you feel is the venomous surge running through your body. You see the sickened bite as the black-like bile seeps from its teeth and its large baboon maw. After it connected with you and has seen the terror, it begins to bolt away. It moves so fast. At least twice as fast as it had caught up to you, meaning that there was no chance of you running away from this at all. And the second one, watching what has just happened, stops. Its eyes trying to piece together what's just occurred. And it slowly begins to back away, pulling its knuckles with each grasp. And as it calls out, the others look in your direction and begin to move, and then watch the one that bit you storm off into the jungle. They turn and run as well. Combat ceases. Right there. You're sitting at the bottom of the pit, trying to piece together the events that just occurred. Why can you no longer hear the screams from the baboons above? Why are there no more stones falling? What's happened? Rowan, you're curious to know what Carter's going to think of you, but you can't stop thinking about the way that the mask ripped away from his head and that suspicious, slick sound as it tore away from his skin, leaving it raw and rended in spots from its hair. He was just a normal-looking boy moments ago, and now it's almost as if he's suffered some debilitating illness that has weakened him. Carter, you can't make heads or tails of what's just happened. The bites were hellacious. The pain was in a manner you almost cannot quite explain. There was nothing normal about that, and, well, if being alive means that you suffer this kind of pain, then why on earth are you here? Why had you fallen into a crater?
I'm unconscious.
Why?
So I do this while sleeping.
Why didn't Paylor support you? And it's only then that you realize that you are watching your own body. Yes, you're unconscious, but you're seeing yourself as if you're looking down at the minions below. Like ants, they sweep in their colonies as you watch your allies, your friends, these people that you've met. She said her name was Silsora. Did you know that there's something else there? Rowan, you carry the words, the foe, in your chimes. You're certain that if you've fallen, Aiden must be dead at this point. You saw many more above, and he was the only one standing there. And Aaron stands sort of stupefied, half alive himself. As you watch on, it's as if you and your vision controls the camera. That's never happened before. Aiden, you don't hear movement in the pit. It's silence after they've left. Aaron, it was sub 20 seconds. The way most fights generally go inside of Cauldron. They get drunk. They're upset. Why do they have to pay taxes in a town that they do everything they can to support anyway? 6 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, the fight starts and it's over that fast, oftentimes leaving someone with a bloodied lip or a bruised eye. But that's just what happens when alcohol is involved. But how else will they purvey their vices? How else will they work off the sweat, the anger, the lack of being seen and heard? It's all they have. But 20 seconds, 30 seconds, it started and it ended that quick. Each of you in your various states of battered and broken, some of you downed and unconscious, but still aware of it. Dieter lay in a half-rockin' pile. What do you do?
So Sora, tend to Carter, and I'm going to rush over to the boy.
That's what I was going to say, too.
Can I make a heal check to determine, like, what's the most pressing concern with Carter right now?
Yeah, I think it's fair that you can do that.
I would like to also, because it is a free action, I'd like to use Blessed Surgery so I can roll heal twice and I can take what the better option is.
Your Divine Patron guides your healing hands, allowing you to perform minor miracles with the mundane of cures. Use abilities free action when using the heal skill in order to roll the check twice. You got it.
So that's what I would like to do.
I love it when the players use the mechanics, man. I love it when you roll twice and it happens twice in a row.
I love when the dice says, nah.
10 is as good as it gets. You know, he was fine last night. For all intents and purposes, he was good.
Naturally, so we're gonna move on from that disaster.
But you are able to identify the area that is the most pressing. He has a vicious wound across his arm. And you see this weird mixture of blood and this darkened fluid that seems to... It flows like oil, but it sticks to the skin like glue. You can't make heads or tails of it yourself, but it's not natural and it certainly can't go into the wound. It stinks, Silsora. And you recall, as you were trying to aid him, just seconds before, you watched the lips peel back over one, that this demonic figure that moments ago was Rowan. Stopped. That could have bit you. You could be where Carter is right now.
Bub.
Yes.
I leave it up to you. Like a lot of the things with Carter, do we think the special effect with his blood has any visual cues to it?
I don't think it is natural by any means. I think it has something more to it. I think there is this tint and tinge of red, but given the circumstances, the fact that this bite had just occurred, there's a mixture of saliva, there is probably this brilliant tinge of this darkened mix to it as well. You almost couldn't tell. You want to stabilize.
Correct.
You no longer bleed out. Death is never quite far, Carter, but in this moment, Sosora stabilizes you. Your wounds begin to coagulate. The blood begins to stipple and tipple off. Before you know it, you're beginning to rescind back into your form. You feel the beating of your eyelashes. You hear the flooded snaps of your eyelids as you're glancing around. You do not feel well, but you're awake.
Why the world wasn't heavy anymore.
So Sora will probably try to gently help Carter sit up as he says this.
She places a hand to just at the nape of your neck and begins to pull you upward into a sitting position. You glance over, and Aaron and Rowan are beginning to remove the stone, covering the boy. Still no sounds from above.
I was going to say, after they've run away, Aiden will... He felt the wrongness of the bite, or at least, what he suspects might be wrongness. It could just be just from the bite, because he's only suffered human bites on the arms before from drunk patrons, never a baboon. So he's pulling out his wineskin, and he's going to pour it on the bite wound, and at the same time he's going to, since he doesn't hear the baboons, he's going to call out, "Hey, is anyone alive? Hey, is anyone alive down there?" As he's trying to clean the bite wound on his leg.
The first sign of life.
Just dead mules.
We're alive.
On the way to Dieter, I would grab the sack I had thrown him before for the fire plums and throw the mask in that sack.
Sure. Give me a will save.
Oh, that's not going to be good. Oh, not horrible.
Thank you. You chuck it into the bag. This tweed or hemp sack has now collected this artifact, this relic, the mask. What do you do with that?
I just bring it with me, and I'm leaving it, like, the sack's closed on the ground next to me as we're digging out Dieter.
Got it. Can I get a strength check, please, from both of you as you begin to move the stones?
Can I roll Cure Light Wounds for Carter?
Yes, you can. Carter, heal that number that I can't read because darkened vision.
It's 2 plus 1. Wait,
you're gonna heal 3.
It's 3.
You feel it. That divine connection. Palor's grace flowing through you, another person that sees his light, sees the sun, and welcomes that. A kinship. It's funny how that works. You've never been far from his light. And now it radiates from him through another back to you. It's just reaffirming. Palor has always taken care of you. You hear the sounds of the stones that are shifting and pulling away as both Aaron and Rowan are maneuvering them in such a manner that you're not trying to cause any more existing damage, and you can see that his arm is broken in the fall. It's pretty bad. It's not just fractured, you can see that it's jutting through the skin.
That healer's kit that they got in the town, does it do would it do anything for that? Or
Healer's kit is the supplies and the tools used to mend something like that. You have to use the heal skill to make it better.
because I think Carter had one. I don't know if anybody else had grabbed one. Oh, and Chris.
So Sora definitely has one because she got one when Carter went to get one.
So then I would shout out to them and just tell them his condition, and if you guys could come over here and help him, because the other two seem okay.
I will first make sure that Carter actually is like getting up and it seems pretty much stable. If Carter seems stable, then Sora will go towards Dieter. But she's gonna make sure that Carter's not like lightheaded, shaky, dizzy, whatever have you. She's gonna help him stand up.
If I can, then I stand up. But as I feel that like the warmth of Palor's light coming through from Sosora, between the first time properly dealing with pain and everything, the familiarity in that he's probably clinging to her almost in a childlike way as he's moving with her to go help.
She won't like push him away or anything. She'll gladly let him if he's like walking with her, hanging on to her. That doesn't bother her. She at least knows that even though she knows his symbol isn't quite right, he seems to believe it's Palor, and he seems to be following what she believes to be Palor, even if it's not fully truly Palor. So she's not gonna like push it away. She's gonna walk with him over to Dieter.
I mean, even given all that, he stood in front of you in a form of defense. Sosora would definitely recognize that too.
And that means a lot more to Sosora than
How many
whatever's
people?
currently going on.
How many people have come to defense, to your defense specifically?
For Sosora, that number's not very high.
Right.
There's a reason Sosora is fully covered all the time.
Okay.
Aaron will, after removing as much rock as is safe as to not like further move the body, because obviously many of his limbs, or at least his arm, is broken. Aaron will turn over to look at Rowan. Is Rowan still in his demon form?
I would have wanted to touch the mask in it just to see if anything happened, and then I would have dropped it.
Because he didn't say anything, but
everybody else was
yeah. Well, anyway, Aaron will turn to you and it's like, I don't know if that's a temporary or form, or that's your real form or whatnot, but you may want to change out of it soon. Appearances are the first thing people look at, and as unfortunate as it is, many judgments are made on that alone.
If somebody wants to judge me based on what I look like versus what I do, that's on them. We have to finish what we're started first. And then I would have changed back.
And say, as that conversation comes to a lull, you pull the boy free, and whom is making the check? It would be a healer, so whoever the healer is.
I mean,
one of the two that had the kit.
I hope one of you guys put points into your heal skill.
If you're using a healer's kit,
it's crazy that I did, and I still only rolled a 10. I have an 8 in heal. That's the insanity of this all.
If you have access to a healer's kit,
I do.
You will get a miscellaneous +2 bonus while you're using it.
And if she gives us orders, can we give her a bonus too? Like if she says stabilize this or
That would be
hold this.
this is interesting. You guys get to learn what it means to basically lend aid or aid another in this case. So I operate on house rule. So if you wish to assist in helping with the aid, you need to roll the corresponding skill, and you just need to break 10. If you break 10, you add 2. If you fail to break 10, you make it more difficult.
I can assist with healing. I'll try with the assist.
Okay. Because, I mean, I have 2 points in heal, but I don't want to make it even worse.
Yeah. Aaron could probably treat minor wounds, but this is out of his league, so he's going to leave them to it.
So you want me to roll the assist first?
Yeah, let's see it. Very good.
Okay, then.
By every league above 10, it's going to add 2 more. So because you got a 20, that's plus 4.
Hell yeah.
So Sora, I need to know what you would like to do to his arm here.
Just gonna try and like move it so that it's in like a semi-proper position, so that it's not like out of place, and then she's gonna attempt to try and keep it that way. Whether it be use something from her bag, if it's like a, I don't know, a piece of fabric that she has in her bag, just something to hold it still.
Okay, so it sounds like, based on what you're saying, is you want to keep the wound still, but you want to reset the trajectory of the bone, and you would also like to splint this as much as you can, right?
Yes, that's the sort of goal.
Okay, you're gonna have you naturally have plus 8 in it.
Yeah, I have plus 8, and I marked plus 4 from Carter, and then 2 from the healer's kit. Is that accurate?
Correct. So you're gonna have it's plus 14 to whatever you roll. She gets a 15. It's gonna be great.
Oh. He has a new arm now.
Okay. Awesome.
Perfect. Thank God for 2 rolls, brother.
Huge. And you see her in this. How often can you use this blessed surgery?
Up to my wisdom modifier plus 3, so 7
per day. Got it. Perfect. You see her. She maneuvers with skill. It's bizarre how she's kind of come across it, right? Because she's been gentle, she's been aiding, she's been very kind up to this point. But you see a type of battlefield medicine that is not something that you just become proficient in by practicing on like an animal or a dummy. It's practical. This is a skill that she's garnered from years of practice. And you're surprised. She's able to twist the arm in such a way you can hear it as the bone sort of rescinds back beyond the skin. And had he been conscious, he would have been screaming. But with ease and grace, you reset the bone. You place 2 binds on either side, and you tightly bind the arm. Not enough to completely cut off circulation, but enough to wrap the wound and to splint it down. There's no way he's going to be able to use this anytime soon. That's particularly difficult when you are now the lead field hand at a farm. You feel confident that he will survive, but you glance over as you're doing this and you see the puckered raw skin on his face, the spots in which his hair has been torn. There's no way that would have happened. And the rock fall. That doesn't make any sense. And it's only on his face. He has spots missing from his eyebrows. He has chunks that have been rended free from his head. From a rock slide? That's not normal.
Sora would almost have to do like a double take at the rest of the party, like, this doesn't seem normal for a rock slide. Did anyone else do this? But if everyone else looks normal, she's like, she doesn't really understand why it's happened, because no one else looks like that. No one else had this.
No one has those kind of damage. Yeah.
Exactly.
Rowan would chime in. When I took the mask off, that's what his face looked like it was trying to eat him almost. That's what it looks like to me.
Keep the mask off for the foreseeable permanent future.
Is with the healing that Solsora did, is he like safe to move?
Yeah, you feel
Okay.
confident in that.
Okay.
He's still unconscious, but it's not like he was ever really heavy.
Just want to make sure it's like safe to carry him out. That's all.
Yeah,
That he's stable.
yeah. For some reason, just to kind of piggyback on that conversation between Aaron and Rowan, I just had this sneaking suspicion about this context of, it's this form, people cast judgments. I really thought Aaron was going to be like, have a demonic form in Cauldron, that's a fine. I thought he was going to write you a fine like right then.
I was going to make a different comment too. I was like, it must be the drugs we're on. You don't see anything. Strong drugs.
So I got to know now, how are you getting out of the pit?
Well, with Silsora falling down, is it like easy to walk out now? That shit was a ton that fell down, like all the rocks and everything would have made a slope that we can walk out
There
of
is still a
easier
slope.
than climbing.
There is still it's still a slope, but it's not particularly easy still. So it's not like it's not a 45-degree angle. It's still gonna be a little difficult. I just want to know how you're gonna do it. Are you going to try to rush out, or are you going to do it carefully with time?
Carefully with time after what happened
Oh,
before.
for sure. If we've heard Aiden and there's no baboon noises, this is going to be as slow as we can take it with
Aaron-
everybody kind of hobbling.
Aaron will kind of yell up, "Hey, Aiden, is it safe up there?"
All the baboons seem to have left. I got bit. I'm not sure how bad it is, but I'm alive.
Well, alive is better than dead, so I'm gonna try to climb up there with the rope attached around me. Just sit tight.
Hold on. I am mobile. Just let me finish wrapping my leg, and then I'm going to secure it to the cart, so that way we don't have another falling down the pit fiasco again.
Sounds good. So I think most of the rope fell down in the pit with us, though.
Yes, did.
I was going to say, most of it's probably fallen with us.
Yes.
It's still tied around his waist, Dieter's waist.
Some
It
of the
looks
rope's
like
in
it fell-
pieces, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
If you got most of it fell down. If you got a long piece of rope, if you want to toss it up, I can tie it to the axle of this cart.
That's a difficult throw. Throwing that much, like even if I balled it up, throwing rope like what, 60 feet up?
I want to start collecting the pieces of rope.
Yeah,
together.
Yeah. What I'd like to do is collect the rope, untie it from Dieter's waist. I assume that's been done, but untie it from Dieter, collect the rope, and kind of tie the ends together.
Sure.
So it makes one long piece.
After a
Allow me.
series of incredibly challenging ups and downs, ties, levers, setting it to the wagon, setting it to a tree, trying to find the spot, it's going to take you guys a few hours without taking more damage. You realize you have to move gingerly with his body.
Well, my idea is because the bridge is over the ravine, right?
No.
No?
Nope. It wasn't a
What?
bridge.
There was no
Oh.
bridge, yeah. It was just a ravine.
It's just a ravine.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
If there was a bridge, we would have looked over the edge and be like, what's going on down there? Instead of like falling down.
Instead of falling in, yeah.
Yeah, I called it a bridge just to say that, hey, I'm hitting the path to go around the hole, because I'm not exactly going to try and jump over a ravine.
Okay. Yeah, we'll gingerly
hazard.
take our time.
Yeah.
I'll probably gingerly climb up with all the rope, and then we'll tie it around the wagon, and then everybody else will gingerly make their way up.
How many times can he squeeze it into a sentence? It's perfect. Let's go.
He loves
Yeah.
ginger, so we get it.
I was going to say, if you can get the rope halfway up, I can get it the rest of the way up, and then I can, quote unquote, take 20 tying it to the cart and
It's
getting a rope down to you guys.
No matter how you intend to write this scenario, there is no way you get out of it quickly if you're going to provide proper care to the boy.
No, we're
Proper care to all
Aaron's
of
in
us. We're all
fucking
wounded.
pain.
You're
All
all-
of us.
I think everybody's in fucking
Everyone's in trouble.
pain.
I'm at 1 HP.
Yeah.
No. We're gonna take a long rest.
Gravity. What's that about, dude? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Right.
Love it.
Definitely hasn't killed you a lot of times.
Killer,
Yeah.
bro.
My
I'm going to
first
take a
foe-
short rest and heal half my hit points, you know?
I like big women falling on me, but that was a little too much.
Yeah.
It was a little too much, yeah. Yeah, she was 8 feet tall and 1,600 pounds. Yeah, that's built different. Universally different. Yeah.
Just like your dick.
As if you would know. He hasn't peed on you yet.
Good
I had to
lord.
throw it in there for sloth.
Good lord. Things I wasn't expecting for 1,000, Alex.
Rowan's going to be dreaming about this scenario for many nights to come.
Back on track. Back on our story.
Yes. Get off the dick.
You're freed from the pit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Your exhaustion, your wounds, the mental anguish of suffering beneath not only the duress of the failure of just attempting to climb, but taking so long to get out, fatigue has set in. An early night before you. It's dusk. You didn't get as far as you'd like, but you know, if you beat feet tomorrow, you'll get there by nightfall. He said it wasn't too far up to that point. Too far is still too long when you feel the way that you feel. You know that you need a rest. What do the roles look like tonight? Do we see everyone cohesively putting up tents, hunting for
The one tent.
tender?
My tent.
Everybody cram in the one tent. Well,
I got 1 HP. Get the fuck off me.
Get away from me.
Aaron will offer to take. We'll go watch by. Yeah. How do we want to do this, gang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was forced to take a watch.
You are.
And as a result, 4 of us took watches then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Terrible plan.
Rowan is off watch tonight. That's right.
Aaron had a nap during combat. That is true.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just thinking what watch I take. Aiden took a short rest.
So
he can take first watch.
Mechanically, how does it work? Like, since I took the mid watch last night, if I take the last watch tonight, would that be enough sleep to count as a long rest?
You know that
Or no?
you need a full rest after everything that just happened, especially if you want to be in fitting fashion. Any kind of combat tomorrow, it will take you out.
Yeah, how about this? We make sure that everybody gets at least 8 hours. We'll, consider our sleep time 10 hours instead of 8, so that everyone just takes a 2-hour watch. We'll all get through the night. We'll all get full 8 hours of sleep, and we'll have a chance to rest.
That works for me, but Solsora's
sounds
taking the
good.
first watch because she didn't wake up last time.
Sora was gonna say to do it anyway because Sora's probably in arguably one of the better shapes comparatively to 2 people that she had to stabilize.
Speaking of which, Sara, do you mind looking at this bite of mine? I mean, I poured some raw brandy on it, but it's a bite from a foaming undead looking monkey thing.
I love that. That's my favorite part. The kid was like, haven't eaten in days. I'll go down there. I'll risk my life for these fire plums that might be sticky and molded. And he's like, I wasted all of this brandy on my thigh. Please, would you take a look at it?
Sora will definitely take a look.
Vintage.
If Aiden requests.
Yeah.
Hey, just because one of his professors was named Carpenter doesn't mean anything.
Not in this universe, it wasn't.
That wasn't brandy. That was my urine.
All right. Well, the boy's asleep. Bring out the 8-course meal.
By the time you claw your way out of the ravine, Your arms feel like wet rope. Your legs like someone else's problems. The sky has already begun to deepen into its bruised purples. The sun is just a smear behind Cauldron's black rim. You drug yourselves a little way away from the broken edge. You found a patch of scrub and stone that feels marginally less cursed, and you make camp. The air smells of dust and bruised fire plums, similar to bruised egos, and the faint copper tang of your own blood. You've negotiated and measured that a long, long rest is necessary, that each of you are in dire straits, and you need 8 hours. A 10-hour cycle, calling it an early night. Though it's never discussed, each of you knows what a rest actually looks like, and it's far, far away from here. You see, there are walls when you rest. There's a roof to protect you. There's certainly not disease-ridden baboons looming far. You couldn't be far enough away from them. But there is no talk. There is no communication of said baboons. You just have negotiated in your minds that that's the new normal, at least right now, as each of you had a taste of that foul medicine. Some of you more than others. No fire was made. A single tent was put up. No perimeter traps or watches. You simply folded into your blankets and bedrolls, and you hope that the sun will cycle to your vision the next day. For some of you, that would be a blessing. But others, you welcome to sleep. Solsora, you are taking first watch. What does your night's watch look like for the 2 hours that you're maintaining?
Depending on where everybody is, she's probably gonna keep kind of a square-ish perimeter around them. Like, she's gonna kind of just walk around and watch for anything that might be moving in the darkness around her. She probably won't stay too close to the actual tents themselves. She's more worried about the things outside of their circle rather than the people in the circle.
Sure. Sure, that makes sense. You carry a burden with you, Solsora. There's a large part of you that can't help but think that that may have gone a little differently had there been additional forethought, but you thought you made the right move, but was there really a right move? Why did you have to do that? Why didn't you do that sooner? Could Aaron have done something differently? Surely he has to take some of the blame in this. Why wasn't Aiden there helping either? Aiden was bit, and he seems fine, but you saw the way that the venomous bites affected everyone. Why did Carter's wounds look so different? And what happened to the boy's face? All of these questions just begin to sort of emulsify into the brain that is long since fatigued from a day of walking and then falling and then fighting. And God, you just wish you were back in an alley. It was safer. But you would have slept harder knowing that the boy who calls himself Dieter would have been suffering on his way back home to whatever was waiting for him. I need you to give me a 15% range. I'm going to roll a D100, and you tell me a 15% range.
whatever the range is, it includes 100. So 85 to 100.
It'd be 86 up.
86 up.
On the money.
Of course there's a fucking 100 on the. Of course there's 100. Why would there not be? Why would there not be right now? The one time, the dice tell a story, don't they, Bub? They sure do.
The dice love you guys.
I feel it.
Feel it in my kidney.
I feel it in all the puncture wounds.
So, Sora, your 2 hours wrap swiftly. It's surprising how quick it comes. Normally, most watches are twice as long, but you haven't even finished asking yourself every possible question as to the right way, the wrong way. What was it your mother taught you? How did your father educate you? What about your brothers? It's been so long since you've seen them. A large part of you hopes that they're okay, but you can't think about that right now. And your hours lapse. Who do you wake?
Probably gonna attempt to wake Aaron first. She probably thinks that it'll be the easiest to wake Aaron, that Aaron will be the most used to this sort of style, and so that's who she's gonna try and wake.
You begin to shake him. Aaron, you are awakened by the tapping in the hand of Sosora.
Aaron will get up. He's pretty used to being woken up in multiple states of exhaustion, but yeah, we'll get up.
It was a rough day, Aaron. And you know that you'll be able to squeeze out another 6 hours after your watch. And it's nothing like the years that you've spent under the captain. Grueling marches, sweat upon sweat, being repeatedly struck with a variety of testing weapons just to prepare yourself. Yeah, you've got combat experience, but nothing quite like today. You didn't even get to swing your sword. This isn't a dullard or a drunkard. This isn't someone that's upset at a variety of calls made by those above them, the nobles requesting something more. You were stricken down by an act of God, by something from nature. You do need your rest, but you know the importance of maintaining a watch. And you do just that. I need a 15% range from you.
Can I say something to Aaron before Sosora goes to rest?
Certainly.
And she's not quite sure if she's saying this for Aaron's sake or for her own. But she kind of just says, I don't blame you for what you did. That's all she says.
Will Sosora accept a hug?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, Aaron won't say anything, but he'll just hug Sosora.
It's something that you weren't expecting, and the touch of another person surprises you. It's almost like a jolt of surprise, even. It's been a long, long time, Sosora.
Probably even more so because she watched Aaron literally almost die. Like, he was dying in front of her eyes.
It catches you by surprise, and you recognize, though you mirror each other in age, you are leaps and bounds different by more than just location, more than just birthright. You've experienced so many more moons than he has. Aaron, for all intents and purposes, has only seen 18 cycles of his own birth. He's still a kid in the eyes of the many, though he is a man in the eyes of the law and his decision-making. It surprises you still.
She probably is a little apprehensive when you first, hold on to her, but then she will relent fairly quickly, I think. Because I think to Solsora, Aaron almost kind of feels, for her own intents and purposes, like a younger brother almost. Like, trying to just see the world from a new angle that hasn't seen everything that she has. So she will definitely give Aaron a hug back.
You try to afford yourself that lens. And it's difficult because this is a stranger. But, stranger or not, it's trauma bonding at its finest. Hesitation, but she hugs back. It's brief. It's just enough of a reliance and a memory on the fact that you're both there, suffering in whatever experience that just was, and if it's even done with you. You push yourself to your standing. She descends into rest. And I still need that 15% range.
I am also going to go with an 85 to 100.
You guys. Jesus. Where's Paylor when you need him?
Forsaken.
Killing me, Smalls.
The dice tell a story.
It's pretty mundane. It's still early. Your watch has been relatively easy. You hesitate that it's even on the middle of the night. You're not there yet. It's dark, but it's not quite there yet. The stars shine above. The canopy of the trees are disguising so many things, but you realize that you're left there in silence, watching over them. What does your watch look like?
Probably, so, I mean, Aaron can't see well, so probably not too long after Solsara tucks herself in. He'll light a torch and probably see if there's any easy wood to light a fire around our camping area without straying too far from the circle.
Sure. You're able to find some down timber. It's not enough to burn all night long, but enough to start something. You don't know how she did it. You can't see anything. You can't keep an ample watch if you can't see anything. And you're not certain how the others will do it either.
Mm-hmm.
So you do. You find enough tinder, you break it down, and there's a fire. It's small. You don't need a lot.
No.
Your 2 hours will move swiftly. Who do you wake?
I will wake Aiden.
How do you do it?
Write him a ticket.
Write him a ticket. Yeah.
Sir, no loitering.
Sir, no loitering.
Make
no,
him his own coffee.
Not a sanction blanket.
I'll walk up to him and I'll kind of tap the ground next to him with the stick or the sheath of my sword or something like that. Try to get him up.
You feel a gentle nudging.
He'll just kind of grunt, "Oh, I thought it was Yovan's turn." Oh, but he'll eventually get up. Used to just having at least one person awake the whole time at the family establishment.
He calls you a strange name of which you're not familiar. Yovan. His name's Aaron. It's always been Aaron.
Aaron will make note of it. Yvonne, probably someone he knows, not quite awake enough, but Aaron's been called a lot of strange names by sleepy homeless people and drunks and whatever else the people of Cauldron are on their worst of days.
And he almost fits all three of those right now.
Mm-hmm.
He smells of brandy. He's quite exhausted. And while you're not certain he's homeless, you're never far from it, are you?
Nope, not really.
Eventually he'll open his eyes. Oh, Aaron, I guess it's my turn, huh? Who's been on watch already?
Just me and Solsara.
All right.
You feel the heat of a small fire burning not far from you. Wasn't there when you went to sleep.
Aiden will sit up and then, set his bedroll aside and stand up and take a couple steps. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm up. Rest well. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I think we'll all live to see another day. Is your leg doing okay?
It's allowing me to stand. I'm gonna take a look at it here since I'm awake again, and it's been half a day. But here's hoping. Something about it still doesn't feel right.
And then Aaron will go lay down on his bedroll under his blanket in full armor.
Interesting note. Why on earth would you do that? Is it because I rolled a 92?
He just is able to sleep in his armor. It doesn't bother him too much.
You took endurance?
I did.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's strange. His leathers are tightly bound up around him, and he doesn't even bother removing them. He descends to his bedroll and tries his best to fall asleep. It's not the first time you've seen it, but it is strange nonetheless.
Aiden will do one quick just walk around the perimeter of where everyone's sleeping, just taking a look out. The starlight in the sky is plenty enough for him to see by. Once he has done that, he will head over towards the small fire.
I need two things from you. First and foremost, I need a 15% range.
Go for 85 to 100. That's never gone wrong.
I was going to say, we're going 86 to 100.
I was shot and hits 3 times in a row, right? Lightning doesn't strike 3 times.
You fucking guys.
Lightning
You
doesn't
fucking
strike
guys.
3
I swear to
times.
God. I swear to God, you guys. You couldn't just pick a different range.
Could have picked 1.
It literally rolled twice. You couldn't pick a third range. Oh my God.
Perfect. And now I need a perception.
The baboons are back.
$23.
Nice.
You've been on your watch for a few moments. You pander to the stars because you've always had a fleeting interest, if not a desperate interest. You've always hungered for information. Knowledge has always been your thing. Academia was not something afforded to your siblings. But for you, your mother always worked harder to make sure that you had that. The others, your brothers, when they were younger, they didn't have as much of an interest. They didn't show that flair for knowledge, the pursuit of curiosity, not the same way. As you peer at the stars, it's almost like a second home for you. You've looked at them so long, you know the placements of each and every one of them, how each god has a designated signature of their own in the sky. And while you've read about it in ledgers and books that have since been recorded for decades and centuries, you've never quite seen what you believe to be a meteor shower. But for a few seconds, Aiden, the stars, they seem to swim. They shift into this bizarre amalgamation. They ripple throughout the sky as if a nebula is forming before your very eyes, but where you're expecting some twist and contortion and a planetary arraignment, instead, you see something too familiar. Give me a memory test. Just click wisdom for me. That's what I was looking for. It's really strange. They maneuver in such a way, but there's a pattern to it. It's almost as if it formed one series of angles and then it mirrors to the opposite side. The stars aligned, and you swear it looks like the mask that Dieter had placed upon his head before everything went so south so fast. And as that memory triggers in your mind, you blink and they ripple back into the swimming and falling of a meteor shower. It's never happened. Never. Never in the texts of which you've read, of any library of which you've delved. No historian, no astronomer, no one has star charted something that's matched that. And that is an omen. Aiden Echidna.
Celestian, what is it that you are showing me tonight? He's kind of muttering as he's walking about. He looks back at the others, then back to the stars. Almost tempted to wake him up and tell him it. Only his own lingering fatigue and realizing that they probably must also be feeling it prevents him from waking them up in his combination of fear, caution, and excitement. He's talked to the stars for how many years now, and it seems that they are talking to him first.
Aiden, you sat at the fire to look at the stars above you to see what sort of message they could confer to you in such a manner of which you are unfamiliar. No message collected clearly. This wasn't something as simple as something drivelly written upon a notepad. This wasn't a shopping list. It wasn't a series of messages or a missed call. This was something divine. And while you are not an extremely religious individual, you cannot ignore that message. But as you try to confer with your inner self what that could mean, you glance back down and realize you must keep your watch. The fire has burned to cinders. Time swept before you so quickly. You don't even know how long it's passed. You have an ache in your calf from where you were bit. It's an ache that is not unfamiliar to you. But from the bite, specifically, it's like when you sat down for too long in one spot and you feel your muscles tighten and call out. They cry for movement to be flexed in full. It is a cramp, an ache. You were just looking at the stars. You glance back up, and it's shifted. While you're used to seeing the skies from this far, you aren't used to that pattern at this time. You spent your life looking to the space above. And for 2 hours, it was no more than 5 minutes. The cycle that you're looking at above, the array of stars and the messages that the gods have delivered in whatever pattern that they seem to fall, is strange to you, Aiden, because you're not supposed to see this alignment for another 4 hours. Why are you seeing it now?
Aiden actually feels guilty. He thinks he is now starting to actually a little bit doubt what had happened. Just because now he thinks maybe he had fallen asleep on guard duty and he had just dreamed what he just... It gives him a slight bit of uncertainty. He's still going to acknowledge it, but there is now just a small bit of doubt in his mind. Either way, it is time for somebody else.
If what you perceive is accurate, and that much time has lapsed, then you either did fall asleep, or something stole time from your life. Before you stand to collect the next individual, our camera turns and follows to the tent of a one Rowan. Rowan, you have been in many better positions than the one you're in now. You have been beat up, so to speak. You fell into a ravine. You were attacked by some bizarre, sickened baboons. You had rocks, boulders hurled at you. And then you were forced to climb. Less than optimal, you were probably the one to put the boy on your back and carry him out. You don't have armor the same way everyone else does. You didn't have a lot of burden that you were maneuvering with. You walk light. Nature has a way of providing, so why do you have to have all of the necessities of all the other mundanities? Yeah, you probably have a dagger. Yeah, you probably have some rope and some field rations, but nothing crazy. So you're exhausted. And you didn't just take to sleep as it was necessary. You took to it in the way that a fish takes to water, my friend. You took to it in such a way that it wasn't just purely a want, it was a need for your continued survival. And as swiftly as you fell into your waking, or your loss of waking place, you fell into a place that is beyond your field of vision, into a state of dreams. And dreams you began to have. See, dreaming isn't something you've had to do a lot of. It's not that you're devoid of dreams, but reading a dream is difficult. Sometimes it's about embarrassment. Sometimes it's about the thing that you crave. But deciphering the message in this one, that's a different story. Because when you fell to your bedroll, it's almost as if you began to continue falling through the world, and as you landed upright, you were standing amidst a field of coffee, of coca. You see a tree line beyond it, one that you're not all too familiar with. You don't know where you are. But you hear the voices of children around you, and you find that to be incredibly strange because it's been a long time since you've heard the voices of the families that you used to live astride. And you swear that you know that voice, that's one of the local kids. And his friends, they're playing. But when you glance, you still don't know the surroundings. What you see, however, is a young Dieter and two other younger boys. The youngest of the boys has someone even younger with him, a small girl. She's just barely walking. He's standing behind her, holding her hands upward, helping her walk forward alongside the coffee farm. And Dieter's calling back, "Come on, let's play." They meander by the fence, and the way that the sun sort of cascades down upon them, you see their shadows. And that is when you begin to realize that something else is at play. Because you can see their shadows, and for all intents and purposes, it looks fine. Except for the fact that every one of their shadows is wearing the mask that Dieter wore. When you realize that they're all wearing this mask, you look back beyond to try to find anything else that's going to signify that you might be at their farm, but you witness the plant itself, the actual farm, the coffee. The plant starts to take rot. It literally begins to wither in front of your field of vision, like something has toxically infected it, and it's begun to drain the very life from the crop. And that is when you can hear a whisper on the winds in the weave of the skies above you. You didn't think much of it at first. It just sounded like wind, but you're certain now, after hearing it several times, it just consistently keeps saying, "Debt must be paid. Fresh. Always fresh." And again, it seems to usher that over and over again about a debt that must be paid. It must be fresh. Always fresh. The young boy, Dieter, walks to a well. It's seemingly, from what you can tell, about 40 or so feet away from a house? A barn. Maybe it's a house, you're not certain. It's just to the rear side of the house. And as he walks to it, he begins to pull up a rope, cloying for water, fresh for his siblings. And they run over to him with a pail. You instinctively walk over to see what it is that they found. The pail is filled with this bizarre, clotted, creamy yellow substance. The way that it begins to swash back and forth, like it's holding a shape that it once was. In each crack and crevice, it looks like there is some sort of orangish red tint. As you watch it slowly roll away, and you realize that that orangish red fluid is water? No. Blood? And Dieter touches the stomach of one of the younger boys. He says, "You have to drink. You have to take it, or we'll take it from you. Fresh, always fresh." What do you do, Farm?
I'm still in the dream.
Yeah.
I'd probably see if I can like interact with anything. Can I like grab the bucket? Can I take it? Like that's what I would probably do. Or see if they would notice me if I get closer.
As you begin to move closer to them, the boy notices you first and foremost. He doesn't say anything, but none of the others do.
Dieter or the little boy that was holding the girl?
Dieter. As you maneuver closer, your senses become enriched with the environment around you, and you're hit with the scent. It's the odor of whatever's in this pail. It's this almost like a greasy sweetness, something that smells similar to like a burning pork. It has this naturally oily yet soapy scent to it. It's sort of like you smell blood, but not at the same time. It's very bizarre. And you get a better look at this. You can see it now. It's deeply unpleasant. It's waxy. This bizarre sweetness that rolls from it. It's somehow sweet and rancid at the same time. And you're not unfamiliar with this. Every small hamlet, someone has to functionally act as the butcher. And while you may not have had that position, they dispose of a lot of things. Many animals, they keep this. It's considered tallow. Are you familiar with what tallow is?
Like animal fat, isn't it?
Yeah. It's fat.
So-
The boy looks to you. Have you come to give fresh? Paid the debt in full?
No, I came because I thought you were pulling up water. I'm a little thirsty. What do you mean debt?
We have to pay the debt. It's from
How
the
do you-
fat of men.
So you have to drink it or you have to collect it?
We take the fat of animals to enrich us, so that we can give fat of man to appease them.
Who's them?
Well, what lies below?
Below the farm?
Of course.
Where below the farm? In the well?
Yes.
So you put animal fat in the well and then you drink it to put human fat in the well?
No. It's what they give us to keep us sweet and not sickly. It's what we need. Father said it fattens us perfectly for them.
Where is your father?
He's not here anymore.
What about your mother?
Mother was never around much.
Hmm.
The longer you look at him, the more you realize that this isn't Dieter, but it looks a lot like him.
What's your name, boy?
Declan?
Is it just you and your brothers and sisters here?
It is, yes. And me granddad. But he's not going to beg for long.
Is he not well?
He's thick on fat. And his debt is to be paid in full. And I'll take over from there.
How often do they collect this debt?
I don't know.
Whenever they feel like it, I guess.
It's a generation or so. Did you come to help? We'll need more help.
Help with getting fat
Yes,
or help with the farm? Because I can help with the farm.
you can help by pulling up more fat, the gift from below.
Is there any way to get below? To see those down below?
We don't look down below. We just pull.
Can I
Granddad,
try and look in the well?
as you go to look in the well, he says, Granddad said to never look. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I still look.
When you look, it is this bizarre, nebulous, oil slick, and almost tendril-ridden well. It goes beyond your field of vision, but these tendrils that sort of crept up the lines of the well just inside of your field of vision, it looks like very small hands trying to claw their way free. Nothing's stopping it. There's no cage, there's no grate, there is no weight that's holding it in place. But something prevents it from escaping, but that doesn't stop it from trying.
I don't want to drink that stuff. Crap.
When you turn back around to look to the boy who's still holding on to the pail, you can see the rope is just sort of subtly shifting back and forth. When you glance back, there stands before you Dieter, with a mask on his head, the third eye open, and he's holding the pail.
You will drink this, and you will be fodder for the dead.
Is he offering me the bucket?
He is. But what you notice when you're seeing him, his mouth never moved. It doesn't cover his entire face. You can see his lips, but his lips never moved. And the way that the sound hit you, it's almost as if it revolved around your head, like you're standing in an auditorium with speakers surrounding you.
Take the bucket.
When you grab the bucket from him, he releases it, and then he shoves you. And before you can even react, your body is beginning to soar and fall down the well. You can feel the tendrils of things wrap up around you, and these small, clawed-like hands, much like your own, seem to start pulling away and ripping at your clothes. And then you feel something touch you, more than just your clothes, but something much larger, a hand heavier than your own, grab at your leg. You hear, "Hey! Hey!" And you awaken in a cold sweat as Aiden is there, touching your leg. He's shaking you. Aiden, when you step into his tent or you pull back to look inside, he's sweating profusely, he's shaking, he's hyperventilating, and you can see that his arms are sort of coiled up as if he is fighting something, like he's wrestling for his life.
Yeah, I will tap his foot. Hey, Rowan, hey, and tap away. I'm not going to get any closer to that because I've know people that wake up swinging, but
You wake up exasperated, sweating. You feel your breath is fleeting in your throat. It's dried. You desperately need water. You need to stand. Adrenaline is coursing through you, and you're not sure how or why. But there he is. He's provided you the space, that momentary pause.
Before I even look at him, I'll look where Dieter is. Make sure he's still there and not moving. And then I'll look for the bag with the mask.
You find both.
It's still next to me.
You find both. Dieter is sweating. His body is wrestling with a fever. It's not horrible. He's sweating about as much as you were, though he seems to be at rest.
And I'd probably just grab the sack and take it with me and go take my position to watch.
hey man, you okay? You were looking kind of rough there when I was waking you up.
I think I've looked pretty rough the whole day, but I'm okay.
If you're sure, I mean, the night has been strange.
Any night that I'm alive is a good night, strange or not.
I think I've received a vision.
What was your vision?
I was partaking of Celestian, as I do every night. I was watching the stars, and they reformed. They showed me basically an image similar to that damn stupid mask that got us in trouble today. I ain't gonna say similar. I mean, the pattern. It was overlay. It's the same pattern. I don't know what message they're conveying other than, you know how these things are.
I really don't. But I'll keep a hand on the bag. That's why I made sure it was right next to me. Nobody's touching this mask.
As you say, nobody is touching this mask. You both hear, as it's sometime past midnight at this point, you're both not quite sure. You do feel somewhat rested, if not exhausted still from that dream that you had. It was too real and just a dream at the same time as the wind begins to die out completely. In the silence and the crackling of what minute amount of flame still remains from somewhere beyond the dark slopes of the forest around you, you hear it. It is this deep, chest-rattling roar that doesn't sound like any wolf, any bear, or any jungle cat that you're aware of. It echoes once, and then twice, and then it cuts off, as if something enormous just remembered it should be quiet. It's the same roar you heard earlier that made all of those baboons turn on a dime to look back behind them in fear. And for that brief moment, you sensed their established dread. And your survival instincts are telling both of you that you should be incredibly aware that if they're afraid, you should be very afraid. It's too far, though.
That didn't sound close to you, did it? I'm not hearing things.
No, it sounded a little further away than before, thank God.
Can I get a perception, please, from the other three? Massive. Okay. All right. So, Sora, you will awaken to the sound of the scream of the mighty beast. And perhaps it's because you are just sort of a light sleeper at times versus a heavy sleeper at others. You're not quite sure what the night is going to do for you, but something about that roar as it ripples through into your perception, your eyes snap open rapidly, and fear overtakes you as you remember that vision of the beast, that four-armed, many-eyed creature that pushed its fingers through your face. You are certain it is talking to you. You survived in the wild long enough to know what a warning sounds like. You startle awake. How do you startle awake? Do you panic kick? Do you start screaming? What does that look like?
Probably not screaming, so Sora probably kind of similar to how Aaron awoke when she woke Aaron, where she kind of sits up and her head's kind of on a swivel. She won't make any noise, though. It is if she was sleeping somewhere and the trash can got kicked in the middle of Cauldron. It's more of just figuring out what exactly is happening and where it is.
From where you're lying across the fire, you can see that the two men are standing just outside of the tent. You can see that their hackles are equally as raised at the sound of the beast. There's an acknowledgement across the fire. You glance down and see that she also awoke to it.
I tap Rowan's shoulder and I point towards Sora. Start walking in that direction.
So that's what it takes to wake her up, I guess.
Evidently not sunlight from a morning star.
Nope. He'll let Aiden walk off towards her, and he'll take his position up to watch.
Close is Aiden to me.
How close is Aiden to you? How far do you think? If you're just across the fire, you're probably within 15 feet of each other.
I'm probably not that close to the fire, but I'm not as far away as night one.
Yeah.
It's some middle ground between what happened on day one and now.
So, yeah, however far you are sleeping from the tent, minus 5 feet. At the moment.
So I will attempt to at least cover my head.
Okay.
Do I hear Aiden coming? Like he's walking towards my direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's safe to assume that if he's walking that way, then yeah, you would probably hear him. He's not quiet, but he's not deliberately yelling either.
So she's gonna put her helmet on and like kind of like almost like stick her hands like under the like her like blanket that she has.
She rapidly reaches out from the blanket you can see with what little fire is there, and she quickly dons her helmet and face guard. As if she's ashamed of some horrific scar or something that once occurred to her. Maybe she's a series of tribal tattoos that might be an honorific that cannot be seen by normal eyes.
Quick question. Aiden does have some knowledge about different races. He knows, would he be aware of which Dormant race could potentially enlarge the way she did?
I think that's probably a little reaching.
Okay. When
I can't
he
imagine,
sees...
mostly because I can't imagine there's a lot of text on that. That's like I know above board, but in game it would be, it's a little stretch right now. If you get more information, then sure, I'll let you draw that line.
Well, when Aiden sees her rushing to cover herself, he'll stop where he is, kind of crouch down, and he'll just say quietly, "You okay? You heard it, didn't you?"
You're muted, Christy.
Still muted.
Big bad tech issues strike again.
Beep boop.
If Sosora sees Aiden walking over, she would.
In the interest of tech issues, he'll just say, Rowan heard it too. It seems to be far off. You go back. And then he will
talk, Christy.
Hello?
Yeah, we got
There
you
we
now.
go.
I didn't change anything. That's so weird. She's just basically gonna say, yeah, I heard it too. It was like my vision yesterday. That same noise.
vision seem to thing. Just be aware the mask and imagery has been showing up again at least twice tonight.
Well, that bodes not very well.
I don't know if... I think it's a message from above, but I wouldn't rule out hallucination. Just because my brain can't rule that out 100%.
It feels like it almost has to be at this point, but who's to say we aren't all going crazy now?
Yes, I know. Comforting thoughts to wish you another bout of sleep. See you at daylight.
Rest well, Aiden.
And just for convenience purposes, Aiden will just take a quick walk around the camp, gather up another handful of some readily available deadwood, since he can see in starlight pretty, almost as well as daylight, and drop it next to the fire for anyone else who wants to use it. He will then go back to seek his bedroll, and Rowan may be able to hear him kind of muttering prayers to the sky as he tries to drift off again. And yes, and then that will be it.
So Sora will have been pretty decently comforted that both Aiden and Rowan seem to have heard this and don't seem to be actively alarmed. So it will probably take her a little bit to kind of get that image out of her head of the monkey amalgamation digging through her skull. But she will attempt to turn around, like, take off her helmet and go back to sleep.
That's fine. What does the Night's Watch look like for Rowan?
He would be, like, maintaining the fire at a very low flame, like not super bright, like just so it's there in case, somebody else wants it, or, well, there's only one person left for watch. And then every once in a while, he would probably get up and move outside the circle and just shift his eyes to take a look in dark vision to see if there's anything going on.
Yeah, I want two things from you. I need a 15% range, and I would like a perception check, please.
Perception. 15% range, 6 to 21.
Okay. That would just be 6 to 20.
Oh. Hey.
Not bad. Finally, not an encounter struck. Okay. You watch. You throw on your perceptive eyes. You do the perceptive thing. You're pretty much meandering through this at this point. And to your surprise, morning creeps upon you significantly faster than you assumed. You thought you weren't going to be last watch. Maybe they picked you last on purpose. You're not sure why. But you're never hit by anything out of the ordinary. Morning arrives very rapidly. You're really only in your watch for about an hour before dawn arrives. Jackson, you will wake up amidst the surprise of Rowan. This isn't unfamiliar to you. It's morning time. And the sun welcomes you. It is necessary. You've been cold for a time. You don't particularly like the moon. It's not that you dislike it. It's a beautiful thing, but it doesn't provide the warmth of Pelor's touch. And Pelor provided you the sun so that you could survive in a place like this. It's necessary. So you take advantage of it.
Yep, get up, stretch out my arms. I'm trying to take as much sunlight in as I can.
The others begin to slowly rise as well. You realize that you were never awakened last night. You were not afforded a watch. Maybe it was the graces of them being courteous, considerate of the damage taken in combat. You were hefted close to death's door. But you promised that you would take 2 hours.
Hey guys, did someone double up? I thought I was supposed to take a watch.
It only seemed like an hour went by on my watch before the sun rose. So I don't know. I assumed everybody else had taken their watch.
The last person to rise would be Aiden. You even have to sort of push him to wake. Aiden, you swear you've only been asleep 40 minutes, maybe an hour at most.
Oh, I hate getting up like this. And Aiden will just kind of look around at the others. And it seemed like that night went by fast.
Seems like it went by really fast.
I stuck to my 2-hour watch.
So did I. I was first.
Seems like I only did an hour before the sun came up.
Aiden, that shame hits you again for a moment, and you're still not certain if you fell asleep in your watch or if you just lost time.
He'll admit it. That might be on me, guys. I mean, Rowan, you remember I told you that I had a vision last night?
Yes.
While I was standing next to the fire and staring up at the sky, I had that vision. And I came out of that vision shortly before I woke you. I'm still calling it a vision and not sleep because I have never in my life ever been able to sleep while standing up. But I know I did not move because my leg, the bite wound, was a solid cramp when I came to. I know muscles need movement, and it would not have cramped like that if I had been moving. If I'd have been asleep, I'm sure I'd been on the ground, so. Oh yeah, by the way, everyone, yeah, I had a vision last night. That creepy mask that that Dieter put on, the stars showed me a vision of that mask.
Well, there can't be any possible deeper meaning into that, and we shouldn't look into it.
Bub, can I don't know if this is necessarily super relevant. Can I perform some sort of heal or medicine check on Aiden to see if there's anything that, like, I don't know if it necessarily, like, backs up his claim? I don't know if this is possible. I don't know if I'm...
Give me a heal.
Sure.
I mean, Aiden will happily let you, undo the the wrap and let you take a look at the Bible.
We can get there too. So Sora's current concern is she's trying to figure out if there's some sort of medical knowledge, like some sort of medical reasoning that backs up what Aiden is talking about.
Sure. Did you want to use your... It's a new day.
Sure, let's go for it.
Oh yeah, how many hit points do we heal from the long
Aiden
rest?
will gain half. The rest of you will gain full of whatever your constitution score is.
Oh, sick.
So the score, not the modifier.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
That matters a lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're
Yeah.
level 10 and have 180 hit points and you're like, I gained 11, that's it. Yeah, that checks out.
I did 11 damage to myself last fight. What is this?
They broad twisted my ankle in my sleep and then foot nearly fell off. I need 11 hit points for that.
Well, considering that half of my constitution score is almost my full hit point pool right now.
We'll take that. It matters.
So can I make 2 separate heal checks then? One kind of for this vision and the other one on the actual bite itself.
I'm just going to let you use your relevant information here. The 17 will work.
Sure.
17 will work for this. It's not like your best, right? But like you also just woke up and you need to place this information. So in this situation, medical knowledge hasn't progressed to the point of where you would think that he has something like, I don't know, sundowners, right? It's nothing quite like that. It's not as if he is immediately losing time. It's not unheard of, but he's showing no signs of something like that. In fact, he appears very youthful comparatively. Despite the way that he looks, he kind of acts very young. Not sure what that's about, but no exhibited signs. The wound, on the other hand, that's another story. The wound is pretty rough. Brandy wasn't nearly going to be enough, and you tended to Dieter's arm because that was easy enough. He's going to need time and he's going to need healing. This, on the other hand, the calf muscle is tight. It is warm. It feels like a goated knot where a calf muscle should be. It's not twisted, but it is slightly gnarled. You see it's even causing his foot to sort of have like a bit of a hook to it, like the muscles have tightened to such a degree that he doesn't have full rotation and mobility of his foot. It's going to hamper the way that he walks. He needs more than just a steady look at. He needs like an alchemist. He needs someone that's going to provide some local holistics. You could cut the leg off, but that might be a bit extreme. You can still walk on it.
A little much.
But you also don't really know what's wrong. You haven't had a chance to really investigate what that bile-like substance was.
Your leg is in a state there, Aiden.
What do you mean a state? And then he looks, I mean, I can feel the knot, but it'll be fine, right?
You're not so sure that it will be fine if he goes a whole lot longer. Might have a couple of days at best, but he needs to see someone who's an actual, like, medic with supplies.
You're fine right now, but the more you use it, the more you put on it, the longer you wait without a proper medic, not something that I can do. That's not good for your leg.
So you're saying I need to get back to the city immediately, is what you're saying?
Is that what I'm saying, Bub?
You don't know how long.
I just know that you're talking damage in days. How many days? I couldn't tell you.
Well, I want to head back to the city then. I want the physics to take a look at it, or even the Church of Pale or the Church of St. Cuthbert. They both have healers. I mean, if you're saying it's that bad, I should go back. Be stupid of me to head out to a farm and die of blood poisoning or whatever it is that it is, right?
I would have to agree with you there.
I mean, Rowan, well, if I'm not supposed to be on it, I'm not going to ask you to push me in a cart, but could you find me a stout?
We might have lost you in there.
A stout.
If it's possible, I need to head back to the city.
A stout what?
You cut off there for a second, Jen. You said a stout, and then you kind of froze.
Well, I'm looking for a stout piece of wood, like something I can use as a walking staff. And that way I can, I'm not going to ask you to push me on the cart, but I need to make my way back to the city. I mean, I don't want to lose a leg. I feel for Dieter, but you got to look after your own interest first. Or if I, get blood poisoning or whatever the heck can happen from this, I'm not going to be much help to him either.
Now, Christy,
I mean, I could be more of a hindrance.
You aren't not aware of the fact that he does need medical help, but its leg's not going to fall off overnight.
No.
And you do have the grace of divine healing. You can assist. You just don't have anything right now. Now, you guys might be able to find something locally, but it's not going to be anything that's like time tested. So you are also both aware, particularly you, Aaron, that while inside of the walls, it's safe. Cauldron is safe. It is a bastion from all things danger.
Absolutely.
Outside of Cauldron is a different story. Caravans get attacked. It's not uncommon. Brigands and highwaymen, that's not uncommon.
Yeah.
A lone individual wounded? Easy pickings.
Yeah.
You go
Aiden,
back, we would have to go together.
Yeah. Aiden, I understand your hesitation to continue with the journey. No need to press on when there's throwing yourself in the line of danger, and then there's pressing on when it's obvious you're a hindrance. However, you need to calm down a bit. I've seen worse wounds, and people carry on. And honestly, you're in more danger heading back alone than you are continuing with us.
Bub.
Yeah.
So Sora know who else got bit by an actual monkey?
Yeah, you witnessed it.
Yep.
Yeah, other than Aiden, but Aiden
Rowan and Carter.
Can I check Rowan and Carter, like, where their wounds are? Because I'm curious, so Sora's curious if their wounds are showing a similar thing, or if it's, like, Aiden just specifically worse, I guess, is what...
Rowan would stand there and be like, good luck finding it. He's covered in scars.
Sure. You glance down and you can see that there are some semi-fresh wounds all over his body. He's a rough and tumble kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's a walking
I
scar.
figured that one was going to be a little harder.
Peering over Carter is a different story. And much to your surprise, the wound on his arm where he was bit, deliberately you saw the thing kind of like careen down into the meat of the arm itself. Well, it's mostly healed. It's pretty interesting, all things considered. He speaks in chimes. He's considered a noble.
Don't have time to unpack that. Don't have time to unpack
and his
that.
skin is healing so fast. He doesn't eat. He absorbs the sun. This man is a walking anomaly.
And he doesn't, like, if I'm, like, because his wound's on, like, his, like, shoulder, arm. Like, if I touch him, it's not, like, causing anything, I guess, bad. If the sword just gently, she's like, that's fascinating.
You do note that the arm that was bit is warm. The whole arm is warm.
What's fascinating?
And if I feel his other arm, is his other arm cold?
Not cold, but it's normal.
But is it colder than it's colder
It's
than
cooler for sure.
Your arm. You've healed a lot, despite that bite being as vicious as it was. You feeling okay, Carter?
Better now. It was really cold last night.
Just for future reference, Carter, it's not normal to heal from a wound that fast. So if you see someone else with a wound like that, they will not heal from it overnight.
I will give them healing magic.
Good. So Aiden, if you need a ride in the cart, I'm more than happy to do that for you. And honestly, one leg isn't too bad. I can show you my friend, Wonky Pete. He lives a very fulfilling life.
Hey, if I end up with a peg leg, I'm going to be bugging you for the rest of my life, right? I dance too many waltzes and jigs on this on my legs to want to replace it with a peg leg, all right? And if I die, I'm haunting the shit out of you. You got this? So you better be right.
So me looking at Rowan, there's not really a sticks out.
I mean, there'd probably be a fresh wound. Everything else is scarred, so like he would show you where he thinks he got or remembers where he got bit.
So she's just kind of looking to see if it's causing the same like level of disfigurement. I don't know if that's really the best word to say here comparatively to Aiden's leg. Or if Aiden's leg is kind of its own case.
It's hard to say.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we don't have much time for breakfast, and We need to get going if we're going to reach the farm by the end of today.
Should put Dieter in the wagon too.
Yes, let's load who needs help up into the cart and let's get going.
Do we have a way of cleaning the cart first?
Good question.
Well, cleaning is something like this is real easy. First thing you do is you take a lot of loose particles like sand or whatever, and you throw it on there first. Then you get on there with some rags or some, even better, some straw rushes, and you just get on your knees and you push back and forth and you scrub the shit out of it. It's just like cleaning the floors at the bar. We do this all the time. It gets out blood stains. It gets out any sort of anything. Trust me on this.
You realize how quickly he wasn't that concerned with his wound anymore.
I'll try to attempt to do what he said, because Dieter's really injured, and you shouldn't be putting a really injured person in something that had a dead animal in it a few hours earlier.
True. Very true.
Hey, Aiden. What's haunting?
Well, see here, it's like this. Sometimes when people die, they say some people claim their souls, some people claim it's energy. There's a whole debate going on about that. But basically, you come back and the energy, your soul or whatever, sticks to a person or a place or a thing and causes them a whole bunch of grief and mischief until they atone for their sins.
I think I haunted myself yesterday.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Let's unpack that.
Yeah, well, you guys are.
Can you describe?
I'm gonna go scrub the cart.
I'm gonna help scrub the cart.
How did you haunt yourself? What happened? The more details you give, the better I'll be able to try and figure this out.
Well, that dead monkey bit me, and I guess I taste bad because he kind of just went, and his face was melting. And then I went down, and I know I went down because I was watching myself hit the ground from the sky. Actually, it felt quite pleasant up there.
Well, that's not really a haunting per se, so much as a lot of people would call that a near-death or afterlife experience. I know, it's just words, but basically, that's not quite a haunting, because if you were haunting something, you wouldn't be alive. That's the short and dirty version of it.
Yeah.
But then again, here's the thing. After that damn dead monkey bit me on the leg as well. By the way, it fucking hurts. It actually got this look of fear in its face, and it ran away. So then they all ran away. So maybe that's just their thing. They bite and they die, or they bite and they run away. Maybe they're like chihuahuas like that.
Chihuahua?
What's a chihuahua?
What kind of dragon is a chihuahua?
It's an undiscovered animal that's never existed in this timeline ever.
Undiscovered.
Chupacabra.
Yeah, well,
Flash forward
a chihuahua.
4,000 years into America.
Tally him up, chat. You gotta make a breaking.
Are you sure
you
you
make
guys
a breaking the fourth wall?
Aren't on drugs? I know we
He's
watched
breaking the fifth
Dieter
wall.
get possessed yesterday, but you said you spent like 6 hours just standing up, staring at the sky.
Well, see,
You're the one that watched Dieter with the third eye.
man.
So
well, see, the sky was talking to me. It was doing skywriting, and it was showing me pictures of that damn mask.
Oh, speaking of the mask, I did have a dream last night. I had a dream
About the mask.
about
where the people are?
Yeah. Dieter's farm, it seemed like. And yeah, the mask was in it too. And a bunch of other fucked up shit.
Like what?
we're gonna need you to not gloss over all the other fucked up shit. Because if we're going to the farm and this is any sort of vision toward what the farm is,
and it seems that for some reason, whenever we gloss over details, it comes back to bite us in the leg.
Literally. So in the dream, there was a well on the farm, and in the well was something black. I couldn't see what it was. But this little kid pulled up a bucket. He looked like Dieter, but he said his name was Declan. And in the bucket was some sort of substance. It looked like fat, like animal tallow. And he said their job is to eat it so they can get fat, so that something else could eat them to pay their debt. And in their shadows was the mask.
Of all the fucked up things I've heard in my life.
And all the drugs. And then I got pushed into the well, and whatever was in the well tried to eat me, and then I woke up.
So was that why you were thrashing about when I kicked your foot?
Yeah, I almost beat it too, but you woke me up.
You almost beat the well?
Yep.
To be fair, it feels like we're not fighting very dangerous things. The monkey things, they fall apart when they bite us. The well's losing in a fist fight somehow. Like, honestly, all this sounds really bad, but I think we got this.
Yeah, I mean, that big one's just roaring. I bet if it came here, we'd kick its ass.
That's all you guys. I'm gonna take Dieter and run.
Hey, wait a minute. Why did you look like that yesterday?
That was part of my blessing.
You look wrong.
What do you mean? What did he look like? Because again, Aiden was not in the pit.
I looked like an angel.
You were the foe.
I wasn't the foe. I saved Solsora.
Well, you look like the foe.
Well, it's not the form that something takes that matters. It's the substance of that form. What they do.
Something didn't sit right. You made my blood feel weird.
So Sora's just kind of nodding along with Rowan, but she's not elaborating.
Do you know what blood is?
Oh, yeah. It's in my body. It kind of glows.
Your blood glows?
He looks like he's trying to think like how best to convey this, and then he's just going to like take his hand and press it against his morning star, and then hold his hand up to Rowan.
Well, he would hold Carter's hand and show it to Solsora after that.
Why did that hurt?
That's pain.
Can
I?
Nobody likes pain. Well,
is this
no
so? First of all,
like pain.
Is this like I assume whatever Carter's blood is from his hand now that he's hit was poking the morning star with his hand?
Sure, yeah.
Can I heal check this to kind of look at his blood? I guess I don't know if there's anything that stands out to Solsora. Or it just kind of looks normal.
Yeah, you can. When you begin to heal check, you don't need to make a roll for this. You can just tell that there is something that's inherently different about it. It's not... blood has a certain viscosity, right? It has this certain thickness, and after a time, it seems to sort of harden, coagulate. It clots, and then it becomes a scab. It will scab on the surface so that it can fix itself below. It mends. You, for some reason, can see at a very slow rate, but significantly faster than traditional person, his skin is trying to mend itself without healing and scabbing. And his blood is thin. Not as in he's on blood thinners, but as in like his blood doesn't really look like blood. It looks more like liquid ambrosia or a nectar.
Would Sulsora tell us that?
I think Sulsora probably is having this sort of internal-external monologue as she looks at it. Like, I don't think it's a she looks at it and then tells you. I think she's literally commenting on it as she looks at it.
It's too thin.
Delicious.
It's too thin. It runs too swiftly. It's like someone watered it down or mixed it with some sort of juice, like a fruit juice of some kind. Yeah, hell, I mean, based on what you know, you think he might be more plant than human, but he's very human.
Carter, do you mind if we try something?
You start
Probably not.
shivving him.
No, I want to, because his wound is still open. I want to take his hand and put it on like one of the places on Dieter's face that the skin got ripped, and see what happens.
Oh, okay, I got you. When you do so, and if you allow it to happen, it doesn't really seemingly have any immediate effect. There is nothing that you can tell. It doesn't look like it's healing him. It doesn't look like it's having any kind of effect like that. It's not like vampire's blood, right? Like it's not gonna make it speed up the process.
Just like, no, it's not his blood. It's him that's special. And then I'd pat him on the shoulder and go gong, trying to speak his language.
Trying to speak to cat in cat noises, but they're inaccurate.
Much like an actual
Taco Bell
cat.
gong. Gong.
Much like a cat, I also respond back.
The chime language.
I just love that he goes gong, and you look back and you go gong.
I'm learning a new language, guys.
This is how it starts.
I'm just curious what it actually means.
I was saying thank you. What I thought was saying thank you. What it was, I don't know.
Well, what did you think he was saying there, Carter?
He just making a noise as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
If I'm making the same gong noise, then it's a wake up.
No, I wasn't trying to make that noise.
It's wake up.
I cannot imitate that noise, but if somebody can imitate that big ape to wake Sulsora up, would be good.
Well, evidently it works better than a glowing morning star.
That's right.
She got up eventually.
More visceral than the glowing morning star.
You round your mornings out. You continue having conversation. You make light of it, despite the fact that everyone is still slightly tired. Most of you have healed the rest of the way, and you feel more like yourself than you had previously, despite the fact that you've all nearly died. You put yourselves back together in enough of a functioning state. Your day will amble on and seem near endless. Dieter will come and go, wake up. In moments, he'll say, we're not far now. Just keep going. It will copse the ridge, and you'll see the farm. You'll see the coffee rows. And then he sort of weaves back into exhaustion. He's fighting some sort of a fever. But it seems to be localized specifically to above the chest. His fingers are normal temperature, his toes are fine. He does not seem to be overheating anywhere, but he's sweating from his face a significant amount. Everybody's kind of worse for wear. Day falls rapidly. It moves into night, and you've still not seen anything that remotely looks like what it is you're after. Nothing looks like the farm that you were told to seek. So you push. You take moments where you swap back and forth to whomever is leading the wagon to the farm. You never quite shake the sensation and the feel as if you're being watched. With night upon you, you know that predators, baboons, whatever that monstrous creature might be, is never far. And as you shift over the ridge, it cresses the tree line, and you can see about 200 yards out the rows on the coffee farm. It's there. And in that fit, when you pause, Dieter jars awake. It takes a moment for him. He rubs his eyes, and he looks up, seeing how late it is. And then he says, That's it. That's it. We're there. And he points down. The farm comes into view. You walk your 100 yards, 150, then to 200 yards. The familiar shape to at least one of you. An unfamiliar silence to all of you. Dieter never stirs as you stare down the house and the barn with a look that you don't need magic to read. This is his home. You see the squat farmhouse to the side, the low, wide barn, and the darkened green rows that look like midnight black of coffee bushes rolling down the slopes. All of it is home to him. Everything else says that something is wrong. All of your senses scream that something is wrong. The chimney is cold. There is no smoke curtain rising in the evening air. The wash line between the house and the barn hang heavy with shirts gone stiff, sour. Cattle stands a little too close to the house. Some of them even seem rather thin. The heads low and restless, as if they're waiting for a voice that hasn't quite called out to them in days. A gate listlessly open where it should be latched. Tools lie where they fell, half sunk into the mud. You see, the coffee rows are choked with weeds and these bizarre spots amidst them. It shines in the midnight sky. The stars sort of cast this glare upon them, and it's almost like an oil on the leaves. You can see these ripe cherries that sag through the branches, steeped with rot. There are no children running the fences. There are no dogs barking. No one steps onto the porch to greet you. The farm is exactly where he explained it would be. But standing here right now, it feels less like a home and more like the memory of one left out too long to rot. And this is where we call tonight's episode.
You're a bastard, Bub. I knew you were gonna do that to us.
Yeah, I saw it coming. I don't want it, but I saw it coming.
It's 11:30, man.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's time to go till 3:30, Bub. It's just how it goes.
3:30?
Yeah,
Holy!
I'll make the rules.
Are you
kidding me? I'll get just over tomorrow. Chad, you're gonna.
We've played D&D and Shadowrun up to 1 in the morning, and I've seen Farm's face. One eye is open, the other eye is in bed. Not even on his face anymore. This shit's just like.
That's how you keep alert. That's how you keep watch.
Yeah, guys, we should probably call. He's like, I didn't hear no bell.
That's right.
I could go till 5.
It's crazy.
Oh boy, we are the Addams family of fucking adventure parties, bro.
Yeah.
What is this party, bro? What are we?
You're a wild lot. It's so good.
Everyone's hallucinating. This guy doesn't have actual blood. That guy's leg is all over the place. He's got scars everywhere. I don't understand. The kid thinks we're all on drugs, even though he's the one that saw Dieter go crazy.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
Those fire
This
plumes
is
are
great.
drugged.
It's perfect.
I'm in
Full
danger.
alcohol.
You should
I think
feel that way.
I think we're all in danger.
You should, in fact, feel that way. Well, guys, that's it for episode 3 for us. And you survived. The fight wasn't as bad as it was made out to be. You took, I mean, realistically, you took more damage from the fall than anything else. Only one person was severely afflicted with anything that you're aware of. So until next week, when we figure out what's happening here on the coffee farm. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate your support as always. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.